TNA Wrestling. Cross the line. And now, TNA Wrestling presents Slammiversary.
Live from the home of the NBA Pistons, the Palace of Auburn Hills in suburban Detroit, Michigan, welcome to the 7th anniversary of total non-stop action wrestling. Yes, 7 years in the making, and ladies and gentlemen, this is Slammiversary. Slammiversary with the first of 4 championship matches. X Division title on the line. King of the Mountain rules to apply. Here's the bullet points. Here's the X factors. The defending champion, the masked man of mystery suicide, finds himself outnumbered in the title match 4-on-1, putting himself in an even more disadvantageous situation. The 4 challengers, the tag teams of Lethal Consequences, and the hometown Motor City Machine Guns. Once you beat an opponent by pin or by submission, while they go to the penalty box for 2 minutes, you then become eligible to retrieve the title from the keeper of the belt, in this match, Detroit Tiger Curtis Granderson, and then you hang it above the ring to win the match. And the X Division Championship, King of the Mountain, we're gonna open it up. X Division title at Slammiversary.
At this time, please welcome the special guest belt holder for this match. He is all-star center fielder for the Detroit Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Granderson!
As we celebrate TNA's 7th anniversary, it's the first day of summer. We say Happy Father's Day. We welcome you to Detroit, Michigan. Curtis Granderson, many members of the Detroit Tigers as well in attendance, and Curtis Granderson to join us at the broadcast table. He's also going to be the keeper of the belt.
One of my dear friends of mine today, can hardly believe he's here. Favorite baseball player of all time, Curtis freaking Granderson.
Oh, what's up? Let's do it, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening contest live at TNA Slammiversary. A King of the Mountain match for the TNA X Division Championship. Introducing first the challengers from Elizabeth, New Jersey, Black Machismo,
And Curtis Granderson has plenty of his Tiger teammates on hand as well. You saw the shots. We've got Joel Zumaya, Fernando Rodney, Bobby C, Ramon Santiago, Ryan Perry, Alfredo
very much for having me, and for half of the Detroit Tigers, we all thank you too.
From Detroit, Michigan, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, AXS.
Great relationship between Curtis and TNA, fostered during the spring training days. Tigers in Lakeland, Florida. TNA live tapings in Orlando, Florida at Universal Studios. And it makes it so easy for so many members of the Tigers to come over to Orlando and vice versa for the people of TNA to be a part of the Tiger family.
Just a couple minutes away, Lakeland and Orlando, about 30 minutes down the street. Get a chance to see a great facility over at Universal Studios. We love being there. The Tigers love getting a chance to come, and we love having you guys come to games.
Challenger number 3, from Atlanta, Georgia, Consequences Creed.
And it's not only in Orlando, Florida that we see Curtis Granderson. We've seen you in your hometown of Chicago. And I know on this Father's Day, your dad is such a big wrestling fan, dating back to the amphitheater days in Chicago. Dick the Bruiser, the Crusher, Bobby the Brain Heenan as well. And I know you want to send a shout out to your dad.
Definitely. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Sorry you couldn't be here. This was out for you. Hope you enjoyed the softball game today. Just if you didn't know, my dad's playing softball out there. We had a baseball game today, so hopefully he won today, too.
I'll tell you what, though, what a way to start off the show. First time ever. X Division King of the Mountain match. I'll tell you what, this one'll get your blood pumping.
And Challenger number 4, also from Detroit, Michigan, one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin.
When it comes to the sports fans of Detroit, nobody can tell you better what this support means to somebody like Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley of the Motor City Machine Guns. It's a very special city when it comes to sports.
Hey, definitely a great place to be a part of. You love to play in this city. The Motor City Machine Guns love it. Rhino loves it. The Detroit Tigers love it. The Pistons here at the Palace. We all love it here in Detroit. Love being a part of Detroit.
The final participant in this match, the TNA X Division Champion, Suicide.
Can he just come in the regular way?
That's not his way. The masked man of mystery, who knows when, who knows where, he's going to appear. The lights go out, and when they come up, check it out. Suicide up on top of the King of the Mountain penalty cage.
How did you do this?
You always got to watch out for this guy, man. It's amazing. I mean, I hope he didn't come up behind one of us.
I gotta tell you, what an honor, though. I don't know if I've ever told you this fight today, but Curtis Granderson's the starting center fielder of my fantasy baseball team.
Nobody cares about that besides you. Although 17 home runs this season already, not too bad, Curtis.
Hey, I'm trying to help your teams out. Hope you guys get some victory with your fantasy team, just like we're trying to get it done here. Thank you very much for picking me and starting me.
That's right, buddy. We worked a lot during spring on that power stroke, and it's all paying off, I'll tell you that.
It definitely is. Thank you. I got to go ahead and give a shout out to you next time I hit one.
Double duty for Curtis Granderson tonight. Not only joining us at the broadcast table, but he will be the keeper of that championship belt. And of course, that will come into play, Curtis, as soon as there is a pin, there is a submission, because at that point, one of these competitors will become eligible. You're going to have to leave the broadcast table then to become solely the belt keeper.
Sounds good to me. I'm down for it. I'm ready for it today.
I'll tell you what, Mike, it was as you called there in your points before the match, the double team from both teams, as you see Consequences Creed, and you see Jay Lethal, and you see the Motor City Machine Guns all ganging up on Suicide. I still say, though, when that belt comes into play, it's going to be hard to be loyal to your teammate.
Keep your eyes on Creed, springing off the top rope, takes Suicide by the back of the head, drives him down face first, and you called it a double team. It's kind of a double team with the Guns and Lethal Consequences in a 4-on-1 deal against Suicide, and to this point in time, they're all on the same page. Watch the Guns, inverted atomic drop, takes him out with the drop kick, and oh, while his head is pulled back, the drop kick right into the face.
Keep in mind, folks, the rules in this matchup before you're even eligible to hang the belt up. You have to get a pin or you have to get a submission before you're even eligible. If you are pinned or submitted, you got to go in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Falls count anywhere. But the bottom line is you've got to make sure that you're eligible before you can hang the belt.
Swing and a miss by Shelley, but then Sabin was there, and now the Guns have got Suicide exactly where they want him. Up until that point, Suicide escapes, springs back off the ropes, and takes down both Guns. You just have to love the athleticism of TNA's X Division, Curtis.
Hey, I love it, man. It's a great, look at the body size of everybody. Look at the high-flying act. Look at the quickness, the size. You're already bringing in the ladders right now. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the rest of this one.
Bottom line, though, is this is a bunch of guys that have never been in this kind of a matchup before. I mean, you sit there and you read it on paper, and you got, oh, whoa, Suicide getting a little revenge for the beginning, taking all four of them out at the same time.
That's one way that you take care of that numbers game.
Take advantage of whatever you got. If you can't do it yourself, use all the different props you got, and Suicide's definitely doing that right now.
Suicide's attention turned to Black Machismo. Oh, and he takes Lethal up into the air, and Machismo crashes down right on the ladder. Follow cover. Here's 2 and 3.
Hey, guys, thank you very much for having me, but I got to go out there and do my second job here tonight. You guys have a good one.
Great to have you, Curtis. Dear personal friend, Curtis Granderson. I'll tell you what, Suicide, though, becomes eligible. Mike TNA, right from the start, the bottom line is, because they're unsure of this kind of a matchup, it's a great advantage to know that no matter what, you're always eligible for the pin. You're always eligible to go hang the belt up. As Curtis Granderson will now be holding it, and when Suicide calls for it, Granderson's got to give it to him.
And at the same time, there you see the cage door, the penalty box closes on Black Machismo, Jay Lethal for the next 2 minutes. But now it's a 3-on-1 situation with the Guns and Consequences Creed working over. The only man eligible at this point in the reigning champion. Countdown clock shows us we're at 1:40 before Lethal can get out.
I'll tell you one thing. Motor City Machine Guns just feeding off this crowd here tonight. You could just tell how the teamwork is working from the start. If there's 2 guys, I think, that can be unselfish, it's these 2. They both have held that belt before. They both know what it's like. They know they can coexist when one of them has it. And look at the teamwork as they also use Creed as part of it, but they send Suicide. Suicide paying dearly for being the first one to get a pin.
Drilled in the back of the head with the kick. Then he goes face first right into the ladder. Guns have something up their sleeves now. Sabin and Shelley positioning the ladder against the ring ropes. Suicide slow to get up. Creed's gonna come charging. Here he comes, but Suicide takes the ladder and puts it right into Creed's face.
Well, and you notice how the Guns made sure they got out of the way. They made sure Creed was the one in the firing line, and the Guns always set up and make sure they're prepared. But again, Suicide using that speed, getting out of the way, and turning things around here at this point. You gotta be a little bit impressed with that.
Suicide gonna come right across the ring. Shelley grabs him around the leg, but it doesn't matter because Suicide able to use his weight as he drops back, both knees in the chest. Here's 2 and 3.
I'll tell you what, Suicide again doesn't change his eligibility. That's one of them situations where you're caught up in the moment, you do what you do. But the good part about it is, the great part about doing that, it's not the fact that he doesn't need to, but it puts the other guy in the penalty box for 2 minutes, right?
The countdown clock, as you can see, nearing 10 seconds and now under for Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. And actually this time, as Shelley goes out and as Lethal comes into that situation where he's back into the match, this is a big help for Suicide.
Well, Suicide's got to take advantage of the 2 guys being there to maybe get that ladder up and get that belt from Curtis Granderson. But right now, I think he's just trying to figure out these numbers game. But now you got Jay Lethal. One good thing about the penalty box can be that you get freshened up. You're able to sit there, watch things roll around, and you're able to get a game plan in your head. If you're smart, when you get put in that box, you use it to your advantage.
I mean, that's the upside to being in the box. The downside, obviously, is, as we see Lethal with the cover and the 2 count on the champ Suicide, the downside is you could be in that penalty box while the title belt is being hung above the ring and you're on the outside looking in.
Absolutely, Mike TNA. Now, I will say this, though. Time is going to run out on Suicide before this night's over if it keeps going at this pace. He can't keep taking on 4 guys at once at this. He's been doing a courageous job. I'll give credit where credit's due. I think everybody knows that about me. But the bottom line is, when you're dealing in a situation where every time you turn around, you're being double-teamed, it will have an effect.
Did you happen to see that steel chair by Chris Sabin right in the face of Suicide?
I'm sorry, Mike, today.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Talking to me, they were trying to get my attention over here. The bottom line is, it's just like I said earlier, whatever that was.
And now, Sabin and Lethal going to work together. Black Machismo going to position the steel chair dead center in the middle. Sabin going to take a little breather and enable Suicide to get back up to his feet and regroup. And Suicide starts the offense here. Lethal combination. goes with that backbreaker, then the face plant right into the steel. Saban's gonna try and steal the pin from Lethal, and you see Lethal doesn't want anything to do with that. Now Creed back in for the gang pin.
I'll tell you what though, if I try to figure out all the mess, I believe Lethal is gonna get the pin in that situation, even though Saban and Creed are on top. The bottom line is that Lethal, I believe, gets the pin.
Well, that's it. You can see the confusion because of that. You can also see Alex Shelley trying to kick his way out of the penalty box. And he's going to be out in a couple of seconds. I would presume it's Lethal as well.
Bottom line is Lethal now is eligible, Suicide eligible, but Suicide has to spend 2 minutes in the cage. This could actually work out good for him now. No, that's precious. But the bottom line is, it's all about hanging that belt.
Eligible Suicide in the box.
We have confirmation from referee Rudy Charles at ringside. It is Black Machismo Jay Lethal. He is eligible as well. We now have two of the competitors, Suicide and Lethal. And Lethal's going to try and hang the title belt. I can't believe that the Guns are going to sit around and be all right with this.
Well, obviously they're not. That just goes to show you, I mean, why on earth would you think the Guns would agree to something like that? Maybe just a little bit of the inexperience from Jay Lethal, but what a brilliant game plan by the Guns, working together to convince these guys that they're always on the same page. Look at the Guns go to town.
Fans in Detroit love Shelley and Saban. What they're doing to Lethal Consequences. Creed into the corner. And Shelley able to kick back out of the corner and drop down right on top of Consequences Creed.
I mean, they have just been working together so well, making sure they take care of the eliminations and working together as a team. Right now, though, you see Lethal trying to fight back, but again, the Guns seem to be in total control, feeding off this crowd.
Shelley shot off into the corner. Machismo comes right at him, going to try and elevate him up. Saban right there as well, and Black Machismo hung in the corner. Guns putting the boots right to the back of Black Machismo.
Bottom line, though, is the Guns are going to have to get themselves eligible if they want to be able to become X Division champions again. The bottom line is they have got to get a pin. They're doing a great job of exacting all kind of damage out there, but they're not getting the main focus done.
Backbreaker across the knee by Saban. Shelley off the top. Knee drop as well on Consequences Creed. Suicide in that penalty box, but that 2 minutes has got to be counting down, and you can see that we are under 10 seconds for Suicide to be out of the box.
Well, one thing about it, Suicide, you can see him, he's bouncing around in there, he's amped up, he's ready to go. He's been thinking about what's been going on, and in that situation, Saban just went over the top of the rope, took a big bang against the rail, and now look at this, Creed able to turn it around on Shelley, and all the while, you've got Suicide back in and ready to roll.
Consequences Creed along with Suicide and Jay Lethal now eligible. Alex Shelley to the penalty box.
Consequences Creed got the pin right there. It's Suicide, Lethal, and Creed who are eligible at this point in time.
Alex Shelley's got to spend another 2 minutes there in the box, and Saban is outside the ring hurting. This is a good situation for Lethal Consequences to work together while they've got the 2-on-1 chance with no interference from the Guns.
Side Russian leg sweep. Back first to the canvas by Creed on Suicide. And the hesitation drop kick into the head while his partner Lethal pulls back and cranks on the neck of Suicide. Here's the count, 2 only on the pin attempt by Creed.
I'll tell you what, Suicide came out here prepared, ready to go, amped up, but he's just met the opposition from the start, and right now Lethal Consequences doing a great job of taking a page out of the book of the Motor City Machine Guns and really working together.
It really has been an incredible effort by Suicide against all odds in this matchup, and now it comes down to the point where Saban had him up in the shoulders, able to fight him off. Suicide both knees in the chest and able to spring him up into the air, and he lands back first on the ladder.
What presence of mind to know where the ladder is. Again, this guy, one of those guys that just seems to defy the odds. Every time you want to count him out, he doesn't do it. And look at this, he just kind of goes Jay Lethal to come after him, but Lethal smartly just grabs him by the back of the legs, puts his face on the mat, and pulls him out.
Back body drop, leads to Creed over the top of the sensational flip dive.
All this right now while Alex Shelley in the penalty box, and keep in mind, none of the Guns are eligible right now to hang the belt. This would be the perfect opportunity if you're Lethal Consequences to go ahead and go for the X Division title.
Suicide, Lethal, Creed, those are the 3 eligible to hang the belt. Currently in the possession of Detroit Tiger, Curtis Granderson, our belt keeper. And now the battle going to go up the entrance ramp here with Lethal Consequences, Suicide fighting one, save it!
Oh, unreal! He climbed the ladder, jumped on top of the penalty box, did an unbelievable dive, takes all three of them out. Now he falls count anywhere. We got to show a replay of this, but Chris Sabin needs to make a pin right here.
Look at that. Look how spectacular the cross body block off the top by Sabin.
I'll tell you, I told him earlier, I said, if you get that opportunity, you've got to climb that ladder. You've got to jump off that penalty box. He looked at me like I was crazy, but you know what? I told him when the moment's right, you'll feel it, you'll do it, you'll know what's going on. And right now, you
Wait a minute, what's the story here? Shelley's going to climb the ladder, but for what point? He doesn't have the belt and he's not eligible. And that's what the referee is telling him.
Well, they haven't had a pin or a submission. It's one of those situations. You're not eligible. And look at this.
Uh-oh.
Brilliant.
Sabin lays down.
Brilliant.
Shelley covers for the 3 count, and the Guns are going to get a win, and now all of a sudden Shelley is eligible.
Oh, what a great situation where the means justifies the ends right there, Mike, today.
Ends justifies the means for those of you scoring at home.
Exactly what I said. You don't have to repeat whatever I say. But you can see here that Alex Shelley has got the perfect opportunity. Nobody to block him. Suicide, though. Oh, what a drop kick. You gotta give him credit.
Springboard drop kick by Suicide directly into the ladder, and Shelley crashes and burns while his Guns teammate Sabin, he's in the penalty box, so I'm not sure exactly how smart that move was by Sabin.
Tell you what, everybody is legal but Sabin when you think about it. But Chris Sabin, though, he knows right now with 4 people in there that he's going to be able to get his time. He's going to get his breath. He's going to come in fresh. It's going to work out perfect for the Motor City Machine Guns right here in Detroit. And why wouldn't it?
Did you see the impact as Suicide was sent by Creed directly into the ladder that was held by Black Machismo, and now Lethal Consequences? They've got something in store.
Up top, baby.
You can see Shelley and Lethal battling above there on that ladder in such a precarious position. But look at it, see what just brought his head right down on the ladder. Alex Shelley, great opportunity. Now, Jay Lethal's kind of caught there in the ladder. I don't know if he's trying to figure out a way to get himself out of it or what he's going to do.
And sort of in no man's land, Suicide able to sidestep Creed, and Creed takes Shelley down to the floor. Lethal in a balancing act with that ladder, just hanging on for dear life. Going to be Creed, going to be taken up. Oh! Look how he's catapulted.
What a move by Suicide as he had Jay Lethal stuck there. Jay Lethal couldn't figure out a way. Wrong place, wrong time by Jay Lethal. Suicide now has the opportunity as the crowd goes wild. Look at this.
We take another look at Creed hurting his own partner, Black Machismo, courtesy of Suicide.
He ducked his head at the last second, saved him from a broken neck, I'll tell you that. And Sabin ready, though. This is perfect. This is perfect. Chris Sabin coming in fresh. And Suicide looking around, I think, trying to get his bearings. Look at this, both of them, but Sabin able to hold on.
He's fresh, but remember, he's not eligible to win the match.
DDT.
Flying off the top, sensational tornado
He's
DDT,
eligible now.
2 and 3, you're right.
All 5 men are now eligible to win the match. Jay Lethal goes to the penalty box.
It's not how you drive, Mike, it's how you arrive, as we say on the golf course, and that's perfect. And Sabin, look at this, Creed got Sabin in a bad spot. Everybody now eligible. The only problem is Jay Lethal stuck for 2 minutes.
Shelley takes Creed up on his shoulders, runs across and slams him down. Just the back of his head go right into the canvas.
Good night, Consequences, Creed. Ouch.
And again, Curtis Granderson with possession of the X Division title belt as Suicide slingshot into a DDT.
He's doing a heck of a job there holding on to that belt, making sure it's staying perfectly polished and ready for one of those guys to hang it up. Great job, my man. We're good, bud.
Sabin's got Suicide in trouble. Straight down to the mat, and Sabin motions to the crowd here in his hometown of Detroit.
My money's on Chris Sabin, looking awfully strong. What an incredible situation that the Guns put themselves in. They had to make themselves eligible. They had to do it. Sabin sacrificed himself for Alex Shelley, then found his opportunity. He asked Curtis Granderson for the belt. Here we go. Detroit, get on your feet.
Detroit Tiger Curtis Granderson hands it to one of the Motor City Machine Guns, that Detroit to Detroit handoff, but Suicide is right there just as Sabin was headed up the ladder.
Sabin should have gone up just a little bit quicker and this thing would have been over, but Sabin just deals with the problem as he has to, and you can see now as he wipes the sweat off his brow, I believe this is going to be, what, his 5th X Division Championship?
No, he hasn't won it yet.
Well, if he does. Obviously, I would never call something before it happens.
X Division champ Suicide hung up in the corner. Could be hesitation, drop kick, and that's exactly what it is. Goes airborne, just like hanging in midair, and then connects with all that oomph behind the kick.
A little General Motors stomp action right there on the top of Suicide's face. Suicide out of control. There's no way he can do it. The bottom line is you got to remember, Lethal's going to be open here in just a few seconds. Sabin's got to climb it fast.
Sabin making his way up the ladder. You're right, Lethal's got him in his sights as well from outside. He cuts him off from behind.
Not sure about the timekeeper. I'm not sure on that, but you got to give Lethal credit. He did what he had to do. Oh, what a frog splash. Wow.
Shelley with the splat. The frog splash off the top on Black Machismo. Title belt still down on the mat. All 5 men eligible. Perfectly placed super kick by Shelley rocks the champ Suicide.
Soon as Suicide gets up, someone puts him right back down. Here's a situation, though. You've got Alex Shelley feeling it now, feeling fresh. Sabin had his opportunity. 4 people down. Suicide wobbly. This is your chance. Alex Shelley, though, want to do something spectacular here in front of the hometown folks. I don't know what it is, but
he's taking the ladder. He slid the ladder outside the 6-sided ring, has a position on the apron and the guardrail. Creed rocks Shelley with a kick to the back of the head.
Well, I think that was a situation where he had something in mind and wanted the big dramatic moment. In doing so, he gave these other guys a chance to catch their breath.
Machismo gonna go high risk. Jay Lethal headed up to the top. Sabin there to cut him off and crotch him up on the top.
Consequences, Creed, though, coming right in. Here's the impressive thing. Suicide, though, able to still be standing somehow, although wobbly at this point. Again, though, the guys have been working well together, the teams. Oh, look at Sabin. How? What presence of mind.
Creed tried to back body drop it right now. Oh, and Sabin ends up anyway going back first into the ladder. Shelley on the far side of the ring. Keep him in your sightlines. Suicide goes to meet him.
What a way to start off Slammiversary. Think about it. And then we've got King of the Mountain later on tonight for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. What a night this is.
Drop kick off the top by Shelley. Suicide able to roll out to the floor. Shelley gonna go with a baseball slide drop kick. Suicide lands in the chair. Slingshot move by Shelley into a crossbody block. Oh, while Suicide sitting in the chair.
I'll tell you, that's not the way I think you want someone to land in your lap. But here goes, what in the world?
Wait a minute. Lethal has got Sabin in trouble. Elbow! Went for the elbow right onto the ladder.
I can't believe the ladder's still in one piece. Whew. What are these guys thinking?
Gotta be equal pain and punishment for both Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, and Chris Sabin as both just landed a heap on the floor.
I don't know who's in any kind of condition to get up and hang this belt. Everybody right now laying in pain. That move by Lethal, although exciting, costly. As you can see, he's dirty. Alex Shelley, I think, is in the best shape, in the best possible position, is right here in front of us. He's getting up. He's got determination. This is it. Come on, Alex.
Alex
See what we
Shelley
talked about, baby.
in his hometown in the Motor City, but at the same time, Consequences Creed is up on the apron as well, and both Shelley and Creed are close to heading into the ring.
Just slugging it out. Everybody eligible. Everybody has that opportunity if they can get that belt in their hands. Suicide now in front of us, getting to his feet. This guy, I'm not kidding, you can't write him off. Suicide still finds a way to stand up, but will it be enough? Oh, nice kick by Shelley.
Super kick on the apron by Shelley. Has Creed in trouble, and Shelley wants to finish it off. Shelley playing to the crowd. Gonna go for the sliced bread here. Where's he gonna go?
What on earth?
Sliced bread backwards on the apron.
That's how you make sure Creed doesn't get back in this thing. But he forgot about Suicide. That's one thing about it. You see him just Trading knife edge chops and now the punches.
What an exchange between these two out here directly in front of the broadcast table. Slice bread attempt off the side of the cage is blocked, and then Suicide with the drop kick, and Shelley goes over the guardrail into the crowd.
The problem is he's on the other side of that guardrail. Now does Suicide want the belt? He does. Everybody's down. Suicide's
This is his
gotta go
opening.
fast.
Takes the title belt from Tiger Curtis Granderson. Rolls the belt in. Gonna take the ladder as well. Suicide on his way. He's got to just position the ladder and hang the title belt and keep the gold.
Suicide knows that this crowd, of course, hot for the Motor City Machine Guns, but he doesn't worry about that. And Mike, it's like I told you, Suicide's going to come out of this thing. He's going to be able to handle the pressure. As Jay Lethal,
Wait a minute. Lethal in. Tries to tip the ladder over and does. But Suicide is able to at least maintain his balance on the top rope. Then go to the top of the King of the Mountain cage.
oh, look at this. Lethal holding the ladder. Going to use it as a weapon. But how about this? Suicide just kind of takes it from him. And now uses it right back on Jay Lethal. And now it's laying on top of his back as Creed climbing the cage here on the other side.
Consequences, Creed makes his way up the side of the cage, and at the same time, you see Alex Shelley. He's got another ladder, and he's going to slide that ladder in.
Oh, man, these two guys
look at
fighting
that
on
up at
top
the
of
top.
everybody.
Got to stay with this wide
Look
shot
at
here
Alex
so we can
Shelley.
watch all of this.
Let them do their thing. I've got a title to win. Just like I told you, Mike, today, one of the guns is going to get this title here tonight. As you see Alex Shelley grabbing that belt in his hands, and here he goes.
Shelley making his way up the ladder, hang the belt, and win the gold. Wait a minute. Suicide at the same time is coming across the ladder on the back of Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, and drops him off the top of the ladder.
The mistake Shelley made was he didn't put the ladder in exactly the right spot. And now here's a situation for Suicide. Now Suicide, he's going to have to lean over. He realizes that, moves the ladder into place. Can he do it fast enough?
Hang the championship belt and retain the gold. Suicide looking up. One more step to make as he goes up to the top.
He's got it in his hands. Mike, I told you, this guy would defy the odds. Suicide, the X Division champ.
Here's your winner and still TNA X Division champion, Suicide!
Well, there's no question that the fans here in Detroit, Michigan, they were on the side of the hometown Motor City Machine Guns. But don't ever tell me that what Suicide didn't accomplish tonight was very, very special.
No, you got to give him credit. The guy has absolutely defied the odds. And wait a minute, the lights are out again. Instead of soaking in the glory of being the X Division champion, Suicide doing his disappearing act. I mean, you can just walk up the ramp if you want. Just not his way.
Lights back on here at the Palace of Auburn Hills, and the champion Suicide has regained the gold. Wow. It's Mike today, it's Don West, we're at ringside, we're live in Detroit, Michigan. Couldn't agree with you more. The fans here in Detroit wanted to see the Motor City Machine Guns bring that X Division title home, but you got to give credit to Suicide.
Absolutely. I mean, this guy defied the odds, and he just never got down. You just couldn't count him out. You'd think he was done, but he always found a way to come back. I'll tell you what, Mike, like I told you beforehand, this guy, don't underestimate Suicide.
Yeah.
I've always said it, and I always will.
That's exactly what you told me. Ladies and gentlemen, what a lineup we have in store for you tonight at Slammiversary. DW, let's run it down for everybody.
Well, it's a match about the second chance. Shane Douglas wants his, and he wants it at Daniels' expense. Shane Douglas versus Daniels.
Monsters Ball mixed tag team matchup. Raven and Daphne to square off against the Monster Abyss and his tag team partner Taylor Wilde.
And I'll tell you what, there's a spot in the main event Mafia at stake for Matt Morgan, but he's got to do one thing, Mike, today. He's got to beat the Icon Sting.
TNA Knockouts title will be on the line when the newest knockout, Tara, challenges Angelina Love from the Beautiful People.
And they may be the two best tag teams in professional wrestling history. We know they're the two best today. It's Team 3D taking on Beer Money Incorporated.
Well, we've seen one King of the Mountain match, still one to come for the TNA World Heavyweight title. AJ Styles, Jeff Jarrett, the champion Mick Foley, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle. That is our main event later tonight here at Slammiversary. We talked earlier about the franchise, Shane Douglas, his effort to get that chance, his second chance. Thank you, Curtis Granderson. On that note, let's send it to the back. The franchise is standing by with Lauren. Take it, Lauren.
Thanks, Mike and Don. But before I can interview the franchise, I want to give you guys a quick update on Team 3D. As we know, the guys were overseas defending their New Japan Tag Team titles last night, only to hop right on a 15-hour intercontinental flight to come on over here to Slammiversary in Detroit to defend their TNA World Tag Team titles. Now, I'll keep you posted as soon as I hear anything from the guys, but right now,
Slammiversary.
Absolutely. Now, Shane, big night for you. Up next, you will have your last chance to become a current member of the TNA roster. Now, if you defeat Daniels, you're in. But if you lose, this could be pretty bad, and you might not be.
Let me tell you something, my beautiful Lauren come lately. You know who I am.
Yes.
Maybe you should do your exercise or business before you get here to do this little job jabbering your jaws. The franchise is the benchmark in this business. Every place I've been, I have set the standard. I've been the man, as the old guy says, that beat the man. I've been the guy that carried the gold place to place, over 7 years a champion in this business. Now, Chris Daniels thinks he's gonna come along and beat a legend like me. Well, remember what the legend says, to beat a man, you gotta beat the man. Remember that, Daniels. I've done it my entire career. I haven't come to Slammiversary, to this beautiful thing, to watch me get beat tonight. Jeff Jarrett, and you know this, Lauren, has done you a favor, Chris Daniels. He felt a little bit sorry for you. It's a weakness of his character. I feel sorry for no man and nobody. Tonight there will be no free passes, Chris Daniels. Tonight, you will find out, like Lauren will find out, like the entire TNA will find out. The franchise is a legend in this sport. I set the standard, and I knock punks down, trying to make names for themselves, Daniels. Hey, Daniels! I'm sitting at home a few weeks ago, and I hear Jeff Jarrett disrespect the legend by giving you a second chance. You lost and got a second chance. I walked out of here 3 years ago. Well, where's my second chance? Whoever is making the decisions around here, I am here to serve notice. I demand my second chance, and I will continue to make life miserable on Daniels, on TNA, and all of you idiots until I get it.
You want a second chance? You versus me at Slammiversary. If you beat me, you can have my TNA roster spot. But when I beat you, you get your ratty ass out of my company.
The franchise, Shane Douglas, faces Daniels in the second chance match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a second chance match where the winner gets a slot on the TNA roster. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the franchise, Shane Douglas.
Well, Don, both you and I very familiar with the franchise, Shane Douglas. We know what he's all about, and I think it's pretty safe to say that the attacks by Shane Douglas on Daniels, all of the talking, it really got into the head of Daniels.
Well, I mean, nothing personal to Daniels. That's just, he was just going to be the bullseye. That was where the target was going to be. As Shane wants a mic, he wants to say something, and you got to respect this. He just wants to be a part of it.
Auburn Hills, cut the damn music! This is how a second-rate sports city like Detroit treats a legend from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, a little knock on the Red Wings after the Pittsburgh Penguins win the Stanley Cup.
His opponent from the City of Angels,
it all boiled down to one man giving a quote-unquote charity case in enabling Daniels to make his return to TNA. Daniels losing his spot on the TNA roster because of Feast or Fire, Don. And then Jeff Jarrett, the TNA founder, opened the door for his return. And that's what really got under the skin of the franchise.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Jeff Jarrett, the king of the mountain, the founder of TNA. I mean, this guy's got more nicknames than anybody I've ever met. But the bottom line is he just decided he needed somebody for Lethal Lockdown, and he wanted an inspirational person, and he knew that Daniels would be that inspirational person for AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. So he just makes the rules up as he goes, brings in Daniels. Well, that offended Shane Douglas. And offended him. No, I'm not questioning what Jeff Jarrett did. I would never do that. But the thing is Shane Douglas is sitting there and he's wanting to know why nobody takes his phone calls. Why nobody will say, hey, you've taken care of your demons, your problems, come on back. Let's welcome you back. Jeff Jarrett would never answer a phone call from Shane Douglas.
And as things actually, as they panned out, it turned into Daniels challenging the franchise Shane Douglas for this second chance match. Yes, where the winner either gets a spot on the TNA roster, or maintains his position. And in the case of Daniels, and he goes right on the offensive here, series of shots to the top of the head after the drop kick, and they're going to try and ground the franchise with the side headlock.
I mean, it's no lose really for Shane Douglas. I mean, let's face it, he didn't have the spot to begin with. The thing was, he was able to get in Daniels' head so well that Daniels is offering up his spot. I mean, why would you do that? Why would you just say, okay, you want to call me out? Well, here, I'll put my spot up. It's because Shane Douglas was able to get in there and basically make him feel like a coward if he didn't put it up, and you got to give Shane Douglas the credit for that.
Nicely done with the drop toe hold. And Daniels walks up the back of the franchise. As soon as Douglas gets to his feet, Daniels starts the offense rolling, series of shots, follow up in the corner. Drop kick, I think the top boot at that time caught him in the chest, and Daniels now stomping on Douglas.
One thing about it is Douglas is going to have to really rely on that experience, because obviously there's going to be some ring rust. Obviously, here's somebody that's not been out there as active as Daniels has been as of late. Daniels is going to take advantage of that early on, try to get a quick pin, but think about it, the longer this goes, that's where that experience edge comes in, because there'll be some kind of a mistake that Daniels will make, and then Shane Douglas will exploit it.
I just love those beautiful wide shots, guys, in the truck. Great work, camera crew as well, here in Detroit, Michigan, showing you the expansive crowd at the Palace of Auburn Hills, and Daniels drops right down, and again, he is just so intent on keeping the franchise down on the canvas.
Well, he knows he's going to have to use certain things that he has. He is definitely quicker. He does have the speed. He's going to have to use that, but if he can, he also needs to show Daniels that, hey, he can hang in there in the strength department too, and that's what Daniels is doing right now. He wants to show Shane Douglas that, hey, because you're bigger doesn't necessarily mean you're stronger.
Drop kick on the money, spin kick as well, and then the lateral press leads to a 2 count before Douglas is able to get the shoulder rolled. You're going to need a lot more offense to take Shane Douglas out in a match like this, where he has everything at stake. Of course, same situation here for Daniels with that spot on the TNA roster. And the franchise puts on the brakes and rolls out on the floor.
I loved it, man. That's experience right there. If it's not going your way, come out, take a break, and look at this. This walks out of the way. He's getting his breath.
Yeah.
He's getting in the mind of Daniels.
And when he turns around, Daniels is there, going to go split leg with the moonsault off the top.
Daniels timed it perfectly. That was one of those situations where Shane got caught up in the moment with the crowd. But you got to give Daniels credit. He does that moonsault as good as anybody.
Franchise plays with the crowd and plays to Don West and pays in the end. As Douglas is on the receiving end of the split leg moonsault, gets back up to his feet. Daniels is there and ready for him, catches him with the right hand. Going to try and put him into that ring apron, and Douglas is just repeatedly having his head driven into the side of the mat by Daniels.
Nobody takes my spot, Mike.
You hear that? Nobody takes his spot. He's got that TNA roster position at stake tonight against the franchise.
Well, I tell you, Shane Douglas just needs some kind of a spark to happen, something to give him some confidence. Daniels right now just completely taking control of this match. I mean,
he's been in control, really, if you think about it. From the outs, well,
that's
you
the
see
kind
what
of thing.
happens? That's what can turn a match. That's That's what can change the total complexion of this match.
He is holding that elbow. He caught that elbow right in those steel steps. So think about it. Not only might he have some broken bone chips or something like that, your arm goes numb.
Look at this hammer lock.
And pulling it up to where the arm really goes numb. That's experience. That's what makes Shane Douglas one of the all-time greats. And look at this. It's completely turned around. And right now, Shane Douglas in control.
Second time with the hammer lock and directly into the steel steps. And the franchise now, all of a sudden, just like that, he's taking control of this match. Rolls Daniels in. Let's see if the franchise can take that next step, can put Daniels away, and take a spot on the roster.
He's got a one-arm man out there now, and he knows it. And he knows Daniels cannot beat him with one arm. And look at him just pull back on it, just applying more pain. We don't know what kind of damage has been done, but there's going to be more now, and that's what makes Shane Douglas so dangerous in a match like this. That experience, knowing where the steps were, knowing where those steel steps were at all times. He just waited to get Daniels over there close enough, saw an opportunity, and look at this.
Daniels going to use his good hand to connect with a series of shots, but as soon as he comes off the ropes, the franchise drops him, decks him, and you know that he is just totally intent on continuing to wear down that injured shoulder.
Old school there, just not worried about being flashy, not going to try to match Daniels move for move. He knows he can't do that, but what does he do? He got that hurt arm, and he's just going to twist it off of his body.
Boy, variation there, anything from a half Nelson to an arm bar, as you can hear Daniels here at the broadcast table screaming out in pain and able to, well, very fortunately for Daniels, make it close to the ring ropes where he can extend the leg.
Give him credit for his awareness. I mean, that's just something that you're blinded by that pain, but you've got to know where the ropes are. Daniels did. He's looking for any kind of a thing to break it up so that he can get some feeling back in that arm, but look at Shane Douglas now. He smells it. I mean, he can smell the blood.
Daniels able to kick Douglas away and stop the offense. Kick to the head rocks the franchise, who goes down in a heap. That could be the turning point to get this thing rolling for Daniels now, as he's got that bad arm, and at the same time he's making his way up using the ring ropes.
Look at that arm.
You got a one-arm man here against the franchise.
He can't even extend it up. He can't even bring it out. That's not going to stop him. I've always said Daniels has got heart. I mean, you've always heard me say that. The thing about it is he's trying to use that arm now, maybe get a little feeling back. He's just going to have to just put it out of his mind. And, well, here it is, the bridge.
Yep, bridging suplex into the pin, and only two. Saw him using that good arm to try and get that comeback rolling, and he has turned it around again on Shane Douglas. An emotion in the crowd. And I think he was going to go over and set up for the BME, the best moonsault ever, but he took that extra split second. You talked about the experience, the veteran, the franchise able to hook him around the leg, stop him from going up, and now Douglas is back in it.
I mean, make sure your opponent is completely down and out before you start posing to the crowd. I mean, that's got to be one of the first rules. Make sure before you hit that exciting, dramatic move that the opponent is not going to be able to get up as Douglas did.
Daniels getting much the better of it. The mid-ring exchange sees him with several offensive shots, but the franchise going to try and set up for that patented belly-to-belly suplex. Anything from headbutts to a back heel trip like that.
Now this time he goes right for it.
Here's the BME. Oh, right on the money. Here we go. Three count.
That's what you do.
Here's your winner, Daniels!
Well, he learned from his mistakes. No posing that time. He just went straight for it, got the win.
BME leads to the 1-2-3, and as a result, Daniels maintains his position on the TNA roster.
You got to give credit, though, to Shane Douglas. He didn't back down. He went for it.
Daniels soaking in the crowd response as we take another look. There's the split leg moonsault.
Well, at this point, it was all Daniels. Then Shane Douglas was able to turn it around, and then Daniels able to do it again, and then here it is, the BME. This time, he went straight for it, and it paid off.
Best moonsault ever proves decisive. Daniels remains in TNA. Franchise Shane Douglas, he's still on the outside. Let's send it to JB with the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mick Foley.
I I am here with the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mick Foley, set to step into the ring tonight in the main event in the King of the Mountain match. Mick, you against 4 other competitors. That's a 20% chance, Mick, of walking out of their World Heavyweight Champion. I don't like your odds, sir.
You don't like my odds, JB. I don't necessarily like your numbers. Now, granted, I was never much of a numbers man, having needed summer school just to pass Gary Egger's 10th grade geometry class. But the way I see it, it's not 1 in 5, it's 2 in 5, making my odds not 20, but 40% to Rooney.
No, there's 4 competitors, Mick. That's 5 guys, 20%.
Listen, after the bash I threw Jeffrey, do you really think he's got it in his heart to turn his back on me? Plus, Jeff Jarrett is the founder of TNA. How will it look to the shareholders if all of a sudden, magically, the TNA founder turns up as TNA World Heavyweight Champion? No, Jeff knows what's good for him, for me, and the future of this company. And for this company to live up to its true potential, I need to stay the champion for a long, long time. I've got the world title in my hands. I've got the world title in my hands. I've got the world title in my hands. Finish it.
You got the world title in your hands.
Oh, that was awful, JB. Listen, the truth is I'm going to be completely focused on the King of the Mountain. And when it's over, then it's time for me to concentrate completely, 100% on my next title defense, Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory? That's not for another 4 months, Mick.
And now who's messing up with the numbers, JB? It's 16 months. Bound for Glory, 2010.
Right, well, if it's going to be that long then, Mick, you better open this up tonight.
Yeah?
Little gift.
Little gift?
Yeah, a little gift from one half of the Tweak and Tweak Connection right here.
Open it up in private.
Yeah?
You know why?
Why?
Because I've got the world title in my hands. I've got the world.
Good luck, Mick.
In my hands, moonwalk. I've got the world title in my hands.
Fame and success have followed the current TNA Knockouts champion, Angelina Love. Using cunning and athletic prowess, Angelina emerged as the alpha female in TNA and now basks in her own narcissistic radiance. Having achieved everything she said she would, she simply wanted more. But
now. TNA is our house. This lovely diva is walking in our neighborhood now.
Tara, a newcomer to the knockout division, did not hesitate in making her presence known, taking every opportunity to demonstrate why she should be the next champion. Tara has locked herself dead in the sights of the beautiful people. Tara has proven herself a worthy adversary. Now is her chance to prove she is a worthy champion. Which knockout will come out on top when these two beauties brawl for it all?
The TNA Women's Knockout Championship is on the line as Tara faces Angelina Love.
Championship match number 2 at Slammiversary involves the females. The women's knockout title on the line, and we're going to go to the knockouts tail of the tape to preview the title bout. And since winning the knockout championship back in April at Lockdown in Philadelphia, Angelina Love targeted by both former champ Awesome Kong and the newest knockout Tara. Beautiful people have been reeling, totally on the defensive since Tara's arrival. Her impact swift and impressive. Angelina's title win came without defeating the ex-champ Kong. She's been quite fortunate to maintain possession of the gold. Ms. Love looks to be in a vulnerable position against an experienced challenger tonight at Slammiversary.
Ladies and gentlemen, Slammiversary continues with the TNA Women's Knockout Championship match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger from the state of California, Tara!
What an addition to the TNA roster Tara has been. We talked about it during the knockouts tail of the tape. Impact here in TNA, immediate.
Oh, she's impressive. I mean, this is one of the best female wrestlers we've ever seen right now, but Angelina's still got the belt.
accompanied to the ring by Velvet Sky and Madison Rain, and representing the beautiful people, the TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Angelina Love!
All right, why don't you get it out of your system? Why don't you tell me how deserving Angelina Love is to be TNA Knockout Champion, in spite of everything that I laid down during that Knockout's tail of the tape about her being so lucky and so fortunate to have that championship belt.
What do I just say for Mike? You've just said it yourself already. Here's somebody that, you know what? I'd rather be lucky than good any day. The thing is, she stood in the ring with the likes of Awesome Kong.
Go ahead.
Now, I'll tell you what, Mike, today, when these guys come up here and do...
As soon as Velvel comes down here,
I love the feel of Velvet, don't you? I'll tell you this, but Mike, just hush up for a minute. As they pay homage to the ring ropes, let's pay homage to the beautiful people.
Moment of silence. That's enough.
Thank you, God. Oh.
What'd you say about the feel of Velvet?
I love it.
Velvet Sky, Madison Rain, and the defending TNA Knockout Champion Angelina Love posing for the crowd here in the Motor City. The gold is on the line, and what a chance this is for Tara to take that impact that she has made in a very, very short time to the next level by becoming the champion tonight.
I'll tell you this, though, Mike. The good thing about it, Angelina Love knows that she's got support in her corner. She knows that Madison Rain, she knows that Velvet Sky are going to be there for her in case Tara tries something underhanded. The bottom line is, again, Tara is impressive. We've talked about it. This woman is as good as any I've ever seen in the ring. I will not deny that. She's absolutely incredible. I love to watch her. I mentioned it. I'd love to see her become a part of the beautiful people. But right now, the bottom line is that Angelina Love got a hold of that Knockouts title. It was her birthright. She knows it's a part of who she is, and she's not going to give it up tonight.
A face-to-face confrontation as champion and challenger meet dead center in the middle of the ring. Shows us that Tara's not about to be intimidated by Angelina Love, but at the same time, whenever you face the beautiful people, when they're back in full force as they are now, with Madison and Velvet around the ringside area, oh, you got to have those eyes in the back of your head.
Absolutely. Now, we'll say this, though. Angelina Love just showed Tara that she's not going to be intimidated as well, as she makes a statement right from the beginning of this matchup and has a little something for Tara. And you can see right away as she goes behind and then grabs the legs and puts her on the mat. And look at this. Just kind of paintbrushed it a little bit, just getting into the mind of Tara.
I'm not exactly sure that that's a wise move against the experienced Tara here, and no need to get under her skin any more than you already have. Watch her unleash the offense. Gonna take her around and grabs her by the blonde locks, by the long blonde hair, and got her up on her back, and then just drops her right down. Just dumped her unceremoniously.
Display of strength by Tara, as she is. She's so fit. Look at her doing it again. Doing it again. The referee should break this up, though. Pulling her hair like that, not legal. Rudy Charles, get in there and stop something like that.
He's making the count. All she's doing is exploiting that 5 count, taking it to the limit with 4, and then using the hair again to toss the champ all the way across the ring and to drag her back. Legs hook, on for the pin, and wow, barely even a 1 count if that. Boy. And now, this was what we're talking about. Going to roll out to the floor and regroup with Madison and Velvel.
Well, Velvel right there, letting her know that, hey, it's okay. Just get yourself ready. I like this, how she's trying to psych Tara out there by acting scared.
Oh! The kick from Tara sends Angelina Love back first and head first into the steel guardrail.
Tell you what, Angelina Love's support group sure left in a hurry.
You see them split? One goes right, one goes left.
I'll tell you, though, it's all about wearing Tara down. It's all. Now, see what I'm talking about? You're sitting there making a comment about them splitting, and they had this plan the whole time.
Madison Rain, Velvet Sky get involved. Referee Rudy Charles checking on Angelina Love's condition, and they roll Tara back in, and now this is the opening for Angelina to roll her up for a quick win. 2 count only with the legs, power right there. Powerful move by Tara to kick out. Angelina back to the basics. Off the snap mare. Springs off the ropes. Catches her in tight with a drop kick. Now it's the champ on top for a pin and a near fall.
Angelina Love getting that momentum, just taking control of the situation. It's so much like it was with Awesome Kong. She let the opponent feel confident, let the opponent just kind of take the battle. She knows she's going to have to weather some punches, some pain, but Angelina Love she's so strong, she's so tough, she takes it, and when she has her opportunity, look at this, just banging Tara's head one shot after another on the mat.
Still to come tonight here at Slammiversary, another King of the Mountain match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. TNA Tag title scheduled to be at stake. And following this storyline throughout the evening, Team 3D defending the New Japan Tag titles in Osaka, Japan last night. And as of last word, they had not yet arrived here in Detroit, Michigan. We're going to stay on top of that story as the night progresses.
Yeah, how convenient not being able to be there for Beer Money winning the titles back. I'll tell you what, that's just like 3D.
Wait a minute. For Beer Money winning the titles back?
Well, I mean, obviously they know the confidence with Beer Money is high. I mean, I respect them going over to Japan and wrestling and defending those titles. Here we go!
Spin kick leads to another near fall, this time for the champ, Angelina Love.
Angelina Love right now just taking over the situation and just showing Tara that she's just not intimidated whatsoever. A little slow on the count there by Rudy Charles.
Yep, Velvet Sky agrees with you at ringside, telling Rudy Charles should have counted 3. And of course, Angelina's going to distract the referee at this point, shoot Tara out to the floor. And that enables Madison and Velvet to continue with the beatdown 2-on-1.
Well, if Rudy Charles is going to just take this time to just talk to Angelina Love and try to find out about her life, you can't blame the beautiful people for getting involved in this situation. A referee should be focused on the action at all times, and if he's not, well, then you can't blame the beautiful people.
Yeah, Rudy Charles, what'd you call him? Lost ball in high weeds.
Whoa, that's pretty accurate.
Distracted, roll in, pin.
Here it is.
No, 2.
Oh, that was close. So close. 1, 2.
Velvet Sky, Madison Rain taking Tara, putting her out in the steel steps. And that has enabled Angelina Love to get a series of close pins here, almost getting the win and retaining the championship. And Tara in trouble as Angelina continues the assault with the boots.
Well, I'll tell you what, she ought to be mad. She ought to throw a temper tantrum. Rudy Charles not doing his job. I mean, the guy takes an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes. I mean, my God, make the count. 3 counts to 3 count. Come on. 1, 2, 3. It's real simple.
And Tara going to try it.
I've heard her have to do it 100,000 times.
Tara going to try and mount a comeback here, and pretty successfully. Shot off into the ropes goes Angelina. Decked with a clothesline. Another running clothesline. Stops her in her tracks. Tara takes her up. Scoop. Drills her down with a mid-ring slam and just measures and waits.
Bottom line, though, Angelina Love just going to have to wear herself through this attack. She knows that Tara's going to get some offense in. I mean, let's face it, this former champion can do so many things, but Angelina just hang in there. Uh-oh.
Tara takes
she knew she didn't have the 3 count.
You mean what's going on?
Don't worry, Velvet, we got it, baby.
Over here to the broadcast table, don't worry about what's going on. There's a lot going on, and when you turn around, Tara's ready. Oh, and a shot. Blocked her again.
Oh,
and another one.
Easy.
There's one for Madison Rain.
She should be allowed to just come out here and take pot shots at anybody she wants to. Next thing you know, Tara's going to come over here and start swinging at you and me. Get some security out here. Kind of a woman would do something like that.
Madison and Velvet taken out of play, and Tara comes into the ring and gets caught with the kick by Angelina. You see that from underneath? Madison Rain and Velvet, they took, was it hairspray? The hairspray right in the eyes of Tara to blind her.
Whatever it was, she deserved it. Here we go. 1, 2, still champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Angelina Love.
They used the hairspray. They went underneath the ring, and they took the spray right in the eyes of Tara, and that's the difference maker. We talked about how lucky Angelina's been, and the streak of luck continues for Ms. Love and the beautiful people.
I'd rather be lucky than good any day. You may say it's a hairspray. I say it was that Botox injection and then the lights out that did Tara in, and you can see the celebration there. And give Tara credit, man. I mean, I love the girl. She's awesome. She's incredible. It's not her time.
Monsters Ball is on deck to preview it. We're going to go to Lauren with Dr. Stevie, Raven, and Daphne.
Dr. Stevie, tonight, once and for all, the therapy session ends, and maybe you'll go back to that padded cell where you belong.
Is that any way to talk to me, Lauren? A professional? Is that?
We've been through this before.
Is this what TNA is paying you for? I really think you have some very deep-seated issues, and maybe we're gonna have to eventually put them to rest. After we all get done with your boyfriend Abyss. See, I tried. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm a good guy. I tried to help Chris. I spent hundreds upon hundreds of hours trying to put together the jigsaw puzzle that was Chris Parks. But then I discovered this jigsaw puzzle will never, ever be put back together. And the saddest part is, and I have to apologize, your sorority sister Taylor has to be dragged in to this monster's
She
ball.
never asked to be involved in this.
Okay. The TNA's 7th anniversary, Dr. Stevie will have a 2-for-1 therapy special.
Oh, God.
I like you, Lauren.
Hi, Raven.
I really do. You know why? Because you wear your moral superiority like a cloak of human excrement. No matter how much you try to smile and show a joyous side, you reek of sadness, and that turns me on. Abyss, Monsters Ball. You and I, we're brothers in blood, bringers of chaos. In a multiverse of infinite possibilities, you and I, we're statistical anomalies. You and I are addicts. Can you smell it tonight? Can you smell the blood in the air, the misery, the torture, the pain, the anguish? Tonight will be a glorious night of redemption because, Abyss, we have had hours and hours, days and days, years and years of therapy. Nothing's changed, and nothing is ever gonna change because you and I are hopeless. You and I are hopeless addicts on a downward spiral that has nowhere to go except straight to hell. Although there's one possibility, one slim chance at redemption tonight, because you and I, tonight, we're gonna have that breakthrough, even if it kills us. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Raven. He has returned to his nest in TNA Wrestling as he seeks to take out his pent-up aggression in a match that he made famous. The Monster Abyss. This is not the first time that he has gone to hardcore hell with his longtime nemesis. They have a colorful history of violence and carnage, trading blood, sweat, and scars in a dance of brutality that seems as much about destroying the will as it does destroying the body. Raven, the aggressor, forcing the hand of others to do his bidding, pushing the monster to the edge, waiting for him to snap. In Daphne, Raven has found another eager pupil, ready to sacrifice herself for his sick pleasure. Standing with Abyss is Taylor Wilde, a woman warrior, willing to stand up to put an end to the violence. Tonight, another chapter in the sadistic saga that is The Monster's Ball will be written as Raven and the Monster Abyss challenge each other in pain. Raven and Daphne take on the Monster Abyss and Taylor Wilde in the Monsters Ball mixed tag team match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a mixed tag team Monsters Ball match scheduled for one fall. In this match, there is no disqualification and weapons are legal. Introducing team number 1.
tag team match. Yes, it's been termed as a match made in hell. And this faction, this grouping of Daphne, Raven, and Dr. Stevie, and you can say the same thing about this group.
Well, I'll tell you what, yes, they're a dysfunctional family, but that's what makes them so lovable. And in my case, it reminds me of my own family, which was so dysfunctional. I think that's why I get along so well with Raven. I mean, he's like my crazy Uncle Clarence. I mean, the guy you just got to get to know him.
I'll pass. Uncle Clarence.
He's different.
Their opponents first from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Wild.
Well, you think about the situation with this Monsters Ball match, the violence, the brutality, the no disqualification rules, the weapons that are going to be used, and you look at Taylor Wilde, the former knockout champion, and you say to yourself, how does she fit? But we've seen her before in the Monsters Ball rules matches against Daphne, and she can handle herself.
Oh yeah, don't judge a book by a cover. I'll tell you what, Taylor Wilde, we've seen her with Kong. She can take it with the best of them.
Her tag team partner stands 6 feet 8 inches tall. He weighs 350 pounds. He is the monster.
We saw this past Thursday on Impact, Raven warming up for this match with his signature bout, that Clockwork Orange House of Fun, and now here tonight at Slammiversary, this is the specialty of the Monster, Monsters Ball rules, and here comes Raven and Taylor on the attack.
Well, you can see Abyss and Taylor going right after him, and you know that the sad thing about this is that Dr. Stevie was doing nothing but trying to help Abyss. If Abyss would have been listening to the doctor at this point, he would be so past this obsession he has with weapons and blood and glass and tacks, and all he had to do was listen to Dr. Stevie, and that's the sad part about this, and it's come to this, that now Raven and Daphne have to have the first ever male-female Monsters Ball just to teach Abyss a lesson.
How can you say that with a straight face? Dr. Stevie's a quack.
Oh, let me tell you something. Have you ever had therapy with Dr. Stevie?
No, thank you.
All right, then. You haven't been in, you see, you're just judging a book by its cover.
Uh-oh, here comes the monster like a freight train right into the corner. And he crashes right into Daphne with the 350 pounds. Dr. Stevie gonna toss the trash can into Raven, and then, oh, Abyss is ready for him and drives the fist right into the can, and that trash can goes right into Raven's head.
I mean, look at what Abyss has become. He attacks Daphne, just goes right after her, smashes her in the corner.
Taylor Wilde gonna try and take advantage of this situation where Daphne was squashed by Abyss, and then from outside it's Dr. Stevie's involvement once again as he hooks the leg of Taylor Wilde and drops her down, and it gets right in the ear of Raven.
Well, I mean, Dr. Stevie had to do something. I mean, the way that,
of course he did.
Abyss jump-started this match and never gave those guys a fair chance to get things started. One thing about Monsters Ball is it's about fairness. What on earth? Come on!
Daphne press slammed over the top by Abyss, directly onto Raven and Dr. Stevie.
Yeah, that's something to be real proud of, Abyss. Look in the mirror. You can throw women over the ropes.
Taylor Wilde gonna mount the corner, gonna go to the top. Here she comes off the top of a cross body block onto all three.
Tell you what, she's fearless. I'll give her credit. Of course, Monsters Ball, it's always been a match about fairness and integrity. Okay, I can't say that one with a straight face. Sportsmanship. Tell you what, there are no rules when it comes to Monsters Ball, folks.
That's the idea. Rules tossed out of the window because they're going to settle it tonight once and for all as Taylor and Daphne square off. Ditto for Raven and Abyss, this time on the far side of the guardrail, right in the crowd here in Detroit.
I don't think a few sessions with Dr. Stevie would hurt you, Mike, today. I really don't. I think you should, but not knock it till you tried it. But at this point, look at this. Daphne getting control back over Taylor Wilde. How about the side Russian leg sweep that Raven did on the inner side of the rail on Abyss?
Yeah, just outside of camera view. And now Daphne's going to follow into the crowd here in Detroit. And Daphne climbs up on the back.
She's crazy.
Of the monster Abyss.
As Abyss said, she may be a whacked out crazy bitch, but you gotta love her.
And Taylor Wilde just rung Daphne's bell. It was a trash can lid. Who knows what else she's using over there as a weapon. Pie tin as well. Daphne down, Taylor Wilde laying in the shots, and Raven's going to use the weapons now in the Monster Abyss.
I'll tell you what, watching Taylor Wilde and Daphne there, that's a movie I want to rent. I do promise you that. But right now you see Raven and Abyss fighting into the crowd as they're going way up there. The sandbox wasn't going to hold them. As that's one thing about Monsters Ball, buddy. It can go anywhere. And falls count anywhere.
Nice reversal by Abyss as he's able to take Raven and throw him. Wow, right into that wall in the back. And just no give to that wall back there.
I mean, it's just, you heard Raven. I mean, when the guy talks, I mean, it's deep and it's diabolical, and it's just it's all about the pain that he suffered through his life and how he thrives on it. And it's the only time he feels comfortable as a human being is when he's either getting it or inflicting it. And look at this, just putting that guardrail over the neck of Abyss.
Yeah, everything that he and the Monster Abyss have in common, we're seeing tonight in the Monsters Ball, and Raven headed to the back of the Palace here in Auburn Hills. Dragging a table out into the arena area.
Well, why not? I mean, anything you can use, you use in this situation. If Abyss is going to learn, he needs to be hit with everything but the kitchen sink. The one thing we know, though, about the Monster Abyss, he's like Raven as well, like you mentioned, Mike. He's the same way. The pain just seems to drive him on. The violence just seems to make him stronger. And I don't know what happened. I didn't see it. But Taylor Wilde did something to Daphne, and she's laying on the concrete.
Yeah, Daphne laid out. Raven continues the assault on the Monster Abyss to the point where he's going to take him up near the entrance ramp. And the table that he brought into play now going to be used by Raven, and Abyss fights back.
Nice shot by Abyss. He's one of those guys you almost got to kill to stop. But of course, Raven, one of those, he's admitted he's not afraid to die. Not afraid to die in the ring. That's just something that you know, he deals with. It just doesn't bother him.
First time ever here in TNA. Mixed tag team match with the Monsters Ball rules, and there goes Daphne right into that wall.
Taylor Wilde has been impressive. I mean, she's shown that she's fearless, just like the rest of the people in this matchup. But now Taylor Wilde, look at her. I mean, you just can't root against somebody that's just not afraid to do anything, and you can see Taylor going up to the top.
Climbing up one of those, is that a speaker stand in the back?
You know, it's like one of the speakers or something, but I'll tell you something, that's high risk sometimes mean...
Crowd here in Detroit cheering her on, giving her encouragement. Daphne's down. Here comes Taylor. Look at that drop. Oh, right on Daphne right through the table.
Daphne not able to get out of the way. Now, the kind of problem you have with something like that is that it costs Taylor Wilde as much sometimes as it does Daphne. Believe it or not, you hit from that distance and it takes the wind out. And obviously, Taylor, let's look at this again as you hear this bloodthirsty crowd cheering these women on.
Great shots, different angles showing the impact of that splash from Taylor Wilde onto Daphne directly through the table.
Of course, if you're from Detroit and you've had to deal with the Lions and watch your Red Wings get beat by the Penguins, and I guess you'd be a little bloodthirsty too, Mike.
Yeah, at least you have the Detroit Tigers in first place as Dr. Stevie rearranging things around the ringside area. Raven making his way back towards the six-sided ring, and here comes Abyss, and Raven's got a kendo stick. Look out.
Trying to give him a little kendo treatment, which is really what Abyss needs if he would just allow it to happen.
Dr. Stevie ever used the kendo stick on you during the treatment sessions?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's what I thought.
I'm sorry, I was caught up in the action out there, Mike.
And now the Monster Abyss goes underneath the ring and gets the bag. We're not exactly sure. What's your bet? Thumbtacks, glass?
It's 50-50.
Choose your weapon.
I'm going thumbtacks. I think it's one of those things that he wants to show Raven that he can beat him with his weapon that he's...
Look out, Dr. Stevie. Dr. Stevie and steel chair.
Taking Abyss is what you need, yes. It's good for you. Let it happen. Let it come to you. Let it come to you.
Man, what a wicked shot to the face, to the top of the head of the Monster Abyss.
He swung for the fences there, but the thing is, if you just let it come to you, Abyss, it's for your own good. Oh, he's busted open. Abyss is bleeding from the head where he took the chair shot. And again, Raven, and keep in mind, all done out of love.
Oh, knock it off.
Trying to knock some sense into it because they're like-minded. They're actually like brothers. And if Abyss will come to realize that, I think this family could be complete.
Drop toe hold from Raven, and the already bloodied Abyss goes directly face first into the steel chair. Taylor Wilde and Daphne, while we've been watching this action in the ring, they have both crawled on hands and knees all the way from the back of the building to the front, and Dr. Stevie's going to load up that ring with weapons for Raven to use. Trash can comes into play.
Look at
Kendo
this.
stick, crutches, anything that you can imagine. And
looks like a salvage yard in there as you see everything getting thrown in the ring. You gotta give, though, oh, what a shot. It's the kendo stick right on the bloodied head of Abyss. You gotta give Taylor Wilde and Daphne so much credit, though, for two girls caught up in a monster's ball match. They've sure held themselves admirably. But right now, it's about Raven and Abyss, and it's about Raven getting that point across.
Here's the pin. Raven on for the cover. No, two only.
Raven in total control of this situation, just doing what he wants at this point. As Abyss still reeling from that chair shot that he took from Dr. Stevie, and now look at this. He's got it, taking the wind out of the...
Taking the wind out of him. He's taking a kendo stick right around his windpipe and choking the life out of him. And Taylor Wilde comes back using a trash can lid to try and stop Raven from doing that to her tag team partner, Abyss. Look at the blood all over Abyss.
I mean, that's what I was trying to say if you'll let me finish. The bottom line is Raven's got the trash. Oh, what a shot by Daphne. Little payback on Taylor. Whew. As the garbage can gets brought down. Right now, Abyss, Taylor Wilde in unbelievable trouble. And look at this shot after shot, and then he hits it with the bottom of the can. Another shot.
Oh, just the shots ringing out the arena. And Abyss just running on fumes, able to get back up. And the big boot stops the trash can, stops Raven, and now the monster's going to use it as a weapon.
How do you fight a guy that doesn't know when to stay down? I mean, that's the thing about Abyss.
Kendo stick, going to return the shots to Raven. Batter up right there. Shades of Curtis Granderson going deep with that one.
He's on my fantasy team.
Abyss?
Curtis Granderson. Brand new trash can.
Raven up. Abyss shows the crowd in Detroit that it's time for a choke slam. He's got him set. He's got him throttled. Dr. Stevie, get him out of here. Oh.
I'll tell you what, Raven's so smart, able to kick the trash can out of the way so that he didn't land on
it. Dr. Stevie now has referee Andrew Thomas hooked over on the far side. He's pulling on his shirt. Just as Abyss hit the chokeslam and went for the pin, that should be 3.
Sometimes you just got to give the referee a little therapy session. Mid-ring in the match, but you can see right now that Raven in control is Dr. Stevie holding him. Oh, come on.
The doctor is down, courtesy of the trash can.
Look at this.
Drug to the middle. Here's a little rocket launcher of Taylor Wilde, just launched by Abyss right on top. Abyss going to go for the cover of the pin, but Dr. Stevie's got the referee's leg hook. Come on.
Oh, he doesn't know it. He's just reeling from that trash can shot. He's just grabbing anything he'd hold up. He has no idea he's got Andrew Thomas's leg at this point.
I know, that's your story and you're sticking with it. At the same time, Abyss heads over and he's picked up that bag that he brought into the ring earlier.
This is what Abyss wants anyway. As you see, he's got that bag now. He's got Raven down. The problem is sometimes it takes way too much time. Is it tags? Yes, it is. Told you, thousands of them just coming out of that bag.
Spread out all across the ring. Daphne sneaking up from behind on Abyss. And she's going to try.
That chick's crazy.
And punch him right into the tacks. Oh, wait a minute.
It's a good crazy, but she's crazy.
Punches to the back having no effect.
She's got to give Raven time.
Abyss looks to the crowd like he's asking for permission here. Daphne has second thoughts, puts on the brakes before she goes into the tacks. Nowhere to go for Daphne.
Well, she's just trying to give Raven some time. She's pleading. Tell me there's no way on earth. Oh! Oh, man! That's wrong.
Takes Daphne and throws her directly 1, 2, Dr. Stevie in for the save.
I can't believe Taylor Wilde did that to Daphne.
Here we go. Turn around, Dr. Stevie. And come face to face with the monster.
It's therapy time, Abyss. Just listen to him. Oh, no.
Now he's got him.
Oh, no.
This is it. Raven in steel. Chair shot from behind by Raven.
Again, I'll tell you what, you got to give Daphne the credit. She took, oh!
Even flow. DDT into the chair.
Here we go.
Cover. 1, 2.
Oh,
no. A frustrated Raven hits the signature
Here
move.
we go.
Gonna try and DDT him into the tax. Instead, black hole slam. Here we go. Raven down directly into the tax.
that might be it. And you can see Abyss has got tags in his hands as well. 1, 2, 3.
Here are your winners, Taylor Wilde and the Monster,
I'll tell you what, it was a hard lesson he had to learn, but I think you'd even agree that Dr. Stevie, Raven, and Daphne finally cured Abyss, and we get to see Abyss like we've always wanted to see him.
We expected new levels of brutality.
Wow.
We anticipated new levels of violence with the first ever Monsters Ball mixed tag team matchup. And it delivers big time. Monster Abyss, Taylor Wilde the win. Let's go back. Let's review what went down, Don West, in this match.
I'll tell you what, folks, it had everything. It was just, look at this. Abyss throwing Daphne into Dr. Stevie and Raven, and then you saw the daredevil Taylor Wilde showing no fear. And how about that when Taylor Wilde jumped off the top onto Daphne, onto the table? But that was nothing. We were just getting started. This is when Abyss got busted open.
What a shot by Dr. Stevie the head with that steel chair. Taylor gets involved again. Raven wisely kicks the trash can out of the way on the choke slam. Dr. Stevie interfering with the referee. Didn't see the 3 count there. This was the beginning of the end.
Now, right now, you're thinking either Abyss or Raven are going in the tax. Look at Taylor Wilde putting Daphne into the tax. A sight you never thought you were going to see, and then it was black hole slam on Raven.
The monster with the windup and the black hole slam on Raven directly into the thumbtacks, and that led to the pin, the 3 count and the win.
I'll put that up with any Monsters Ball we've ever had, Mike. I don't care if girls are in it.
As a bloody
awesome.
Monster Abyss carries his tag team partner Taylor Wilde to the back. We go to JB with the King of the Mountain and the TNA founder, Jeff Jarrett. I am here with the founder of TNA Wrestling, the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. And Jeff, it's no secret, the King of the Mountain match named in your honor, although you have never actually lost one that you have competed in. Tonight, it's you against 4 other men in the King of the Mountain match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Jeff, you've stated several times that you have no desire to be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, yet at the same time, you've said over and over again that tonight here at Slammiversary is the night you take your company back. Isn't that a bit of a contradiction?
Not at all, JB. Not at all. I have no desire, and I'll state it again, I have no desire to be TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I've got enough responsibility on my plate. But by the same token, if I don't get that title back and if I don't get control of this company, there's no telling what brick wall we're all headed into.
You talking about Mick Foley?
You damn right I am. He's a walking, talking time bomb. I'm sick of him. And until that title comes back to the King of the Mountain, I'm not going to sleep much at night.
Well, Jeff, I talked to Mick a couple minutes back earlier, and I don't know if you saw it or not, but he said plain as day that he's counting on your help tonight, that you guys are on the same page, especially after what happened Thursday, that big party he threw you, and that you're going to help him retain the World Heavyweight Championship tonight.
JB, are you trying to get me to think like Mick Foley? Or supposed to know what he's thinking? What do I look like, a psychiatrist? Look, I'm sick of his head games. And Mick, that's right, I said after I win that TNA title, then I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with it.
Main Event Mafia, currently available to you and your group of esteemed colleagues.
Matt Morgan is here to make his time
TNA. I am 7 feet, 330 pounds, without an ounce of fat on me. My name is going to be remembered in wrestling annals for years to come.
The physically biggest American gladiator in the history of the show.
I graduated college first in my class while playing 2 sports to boot.
Matt Morgan has signed on to have his DNA sent to the International Space Station.
The most genetically jacked athletic.
The absolute potential of human genetics.
I am the blueprint of the perfect athlete.
The future of this business.
And gentlemen, the future is now.
The single most important thing that separates the men from the boys is respect.
You have no respect. None. When you find it, you come back and talk to me.
I'm the embodiment of respect. I respect everybody I encounter.
Matt Morgan's thinking he was doing the right thing in Kurt's eyes, but it's obviously pissed Kurt off.
He is refusing to allow the blueprint to raise his hand.
I will give you my position in the Mafia if you can beat me at Slammiversary.
Champion or no champion, I'll guarantee you that this guy right here, the blueprint, is getting in the Mafia.
Matt Morgan faces the icon Sting. If Morgan wins, he joins the main event Mafia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match at TNA Slammiversary is scheduled for one fall. It is a special contest where if Matt Morgan wins, he gets Sting's spot in the main event Mafia. Introducing first from Fairfield, Connecticut, the Blueprint, Matt Morgan.
He considers himself the biggest free agent here in TNA. He went to the main event Mafia. He lobbied to gain a position with the Mafia. He got turned down, and now he gets an opportunity for a one-on-one matchup against the icon Sting with a big payoff in the future for the Blueprint.
Well, absolutely. And to clarify things, what happens here, if Matt Morgan can get this win, then he gets to join the main event Mafia. He gets to be a part of what he's been seeking here for the last few weeks. I mean, it's another one of those situations that you got to question. What's Sting thinking? He didn't have to put that stipulation in there. Give Matt Morgan credit. He got in Sting's mind.
His opponent represents the main event Mafia and is from Venice Beach, California. This is the icon Sting!
Doesn't matter where you go, Mike.
Soak it in. The response, as you can expect, here in Detroit, Michigan for the icon, it's thunderous. Everybody on their feet in the Palace of Auburn Hills as Sting makes his way down the ramp.
It gives you goosebumps. I mean, if you don't, you're not human. I mean, it's just unbelievable how a crowd reacts to this great legend. And I mean, let's face it, it's that it factor. The bottom line is, Sting has it. And it's not something you can buy, it's not something you can develop. You either have it or you don't, and Sting has it in spades.
If you recall, Sting initially turned down the Blueprint Matt Morgan when Morgan approached him about joining the main event Mafia. As Sting tells the story, it was more due to Morgan's lack of respect as Sting perceived it. Of course, Morgan completely turns things around and feels like Sting rejected him because Morgan had never been a world heavyweight champion. That one thing that separates all the members of the main event Mafia from everybody else.
I got to give Matt Morgan credit knowing this. He was able to push the right buttons. I mean, he had nothing to lose. Here's a situation where he's not a member to begin with. So he just kept pushing the right buttons. I mean, listen, I always think back to that match that he had with Kurt Angle and how Kurt Angle, when it was over with, shook that hand and gave him the respect that you give a competitor that you know has done an incredible job. And I think you have to look back on that and wonder if Sting's bit off a little more than he could chew tonight by allowing Matt Morgan to become a member of the main event Mafia if he beats him.
And if this goes down into a power game situation, what we have seen here in the opening minute is going to lead to Matt Morgan joining the main event Mafia. because he completely has overpowered Sting. You saw it, the first contact that was made is Sting going out to the concrete, and then Sting is set directly into the guardrail. Morgan, Blueprint, gonna take Sting, but just having his way with him.
Look at that.
Elevates him, lifts him up, and flings him again into the steel.
How impressive is that? I mean, he's made a point. Yeah, he's not a world champion, but the bottom line is this. If he beats Sting here tonight, well, he's beaten one of the greatest world champions of all time. And you know what? About all of them being world champions in the Native Mafia, it's not like it's a law. It's not like it's a rule. It's just something that you brought up that they all have in common. And I think they would be impressed with this guy. I mean, look at that move. For that size to be that agile, but here's the experience of Sting.
Morgan, as he tried to get back into the ring, cut off by Sting. And Sting is there, drops down with all of his weight as Morgan is hung out on that top rope, and the Blueprint gets kicked off by Sting, and he comes right here to the broadcast table, and Sting drops down to follow up the advantage that he has.
No substitute for experience, and now this time Sting feels that he's got the momentum. He knows he needs to put him in that into the guardrail with the steel. You saw him kick the back of the leg of Matt Morgan, trying to take the wheels out of Matt Morgan, and that's what you got to do, a man of that size, a man of that agility. You've got to take his legs out from underneath him, and Sting going for him right away. Impressive.
Systematically, we see Sting do that. And Don, you know, as Sting works on the legs of the Blueprint, Matt Morgan, in the back of Sting's mind, the icon is thinking Scorpion. Wear down the legs. The big man get Matt Morgan down on the mat and set him up for that Scorpion, and as Sting comes across Morgan, the Blueprint just decks him with the clothesline. And Don, I have just received word in my headsets here that Team 3D, Brother Ray and Brother Devon, yes, they have arrived here in Detroit, Michigan, flying all the way from, well, they wrestled in Osaka, Japan last night. I checked with our travel people. They had to go from Osaka to Tokyo to Detroit, and they have just arrived here in Detroit. We will have that TNA World Tag Team title match with 3D and Beer Money later tonight.
Well, they have a flair for the dramatic, don't they? Team 3D has made it on time. Wow, what a shock. But I'll tell you something, look at Matt Morgan right now, just doing what he wants to the icon Sting, not being intimidated at all by being in the ring with someone that great. You know what? I think that match with Kurt Angle, not to bring it up too many times, but
no, you've got to.
I think that gave him so much
this
confidence.
Leg drop, pin, no. You've got to go back to a match like that. It's one of those matches where careers are made. When you get in the ring with Kurt Angle and you take him to the test, when you take him to the limit like the Blueprint did, I know he gained Angle's respect.
I'll tell you, Matt Morgan's been climbing that mountain. I mean, not just the Kurt Angles, but he's beaten the likes of Abyss in matches and so many more. I mean, you've got to get experience before you can have experience, and that's what he's doing. But this would be one that you put, this is a feather in your cap that's just unreplaceable. If you beat somebody like Sting, it puts you on the map and everybody knows where you are.
Intimidation tactics from Morgan as Sting comes out to the center of the ring, drops him with the side slam and right on him for the pin with the leg hooked and 2 only, says referee Rudy Charles. And boy, you got to give Morgan credit in this matchup against Sting.
Well, yeah,
he's been in control much of the match.
I talked to Sting before this matchup, and I'm like, you know, what are you going to do with the likes of him? And you know what, Sting makes some good points. He said, hey, I've been in the ring with guys just as big, just as strong, just as agile. But the bottom line was hey, wow, that was years ago. It's a different game now. I mean, can he still find that right moment, that right edge? And the crowd, I'm watching the crowd, is they're almost just in awe of what Morgan's doing right now. Look at just toying with him, Mike.
7 feet tall, well over 300 pounds. We've talked about the perfect physique for professional wrestling. Drops down with the leg. Morgan rolls under the bottom rope. Right on Sting for the cover, and Sting gets that shoulder roll before 3.
I used to call this walking the dog, Mike. I mean, you basically just lead him where you want him to go. You got him on the leash, and you're in total control, and that's exactly what Matt Morgan's doing. Look at this now. He's doing everything. Just a masterful job. Look at how he's got the throat, the arm around the throat, taking the air out of Sting. I mean, Sting needs something. Sting needs something. You almost hate to see this, but look at Sting. He's still got to fight. It's just not enough at this point.
Another pin attempt and another 2 count. You've got to admit that the Blueprint's game plan to this point in time has really worked to perfection. He's had an answer for anything and everything that Sting has thrown at him, and at the same time, he's controlled probably 75 to 80% of the match.
I mean, if I'm any of the other members of the Main Event Mafia, heck, if I'm even Sting, I'm thinking to myself, what would be wrong with having somebody with this ability in the Main Event Mafia? I mean, think of the good that he can do for him. I mean, he is just showing the world what he's about, and yeah, he's not even there yet. He's still learning. Think about that.
But at the same time, if Morgan wins, then Sting is out of the Main Event Mafia. Series of elbow shots, and Sting stops, puts on the brakes, and punting with that shot. Morgan comes right back, answers, and Sting again.
I'll tell you, Sting just putting everything in those punches. The thing about it, though, he's taking everything that Matt Morgan's given him, and he goes right back at that leg with the kick. I mean, you got to look at that again to the leg. That's the experience of Sting. I mean, how about that? I mean, Matt Morgan's got to be thinking, what do I got to do to end it? The guy keeps getting up.
Sting in the corner, and this Morgan comes right at him. He's able to move out of the way, and Sting gonna go high risk. Wow! Missile drop kick by the Icon off the top. And I think Sting realizes, he senses that he's got to go with some kind of an outrageous game plan, turn this offense totally up here against Morgan to compete.
I agree with you 100%, and he's doing it. Oh, buddy, he just walked into that carbon footprint.
It's deadly. Here's one. Here's two. Oh,
wow.
Man, that was close. Morgan just this close to becoming a member of the Main Event Mafia. And again, we know what a hothead Morgan is as he tries to intimidate the referee.
Well, the referee shouldn't be intimidated. He's got a job to do in there.
You know what this is. Pointing to his watch.
Elevator.
It's elevator time for the blueprint. Gonna push the button. Gonna check the watch. Gonna take Sting up into the air.
This could be it. Oh, look at Sting, though. Oh, able to try to turn it around, but he couldn't quite do it. Here he goes. One, two, no.
Two only.
I'll tell you, though, you got to give Sting credit, able to just get out of that move. Just being able to give every last effort that you've got to get yourself out of it. Oh! Sting doing whatever he's got to do. That's the experience. That's something that Morgan will realize.
Sting uses the first Scorpion
death drop.
Scorpion death drop on the big man. Matt Morgan.
One.
Scorpion.
No.
Two only. Now think about this. That Scorpion death drop on a 7-footer like that, I don't think he really had it cinched in 100% like he wanted.
Well, and again, he's taken such a beating from Matt Morgan that he can't be anywhere near even 60-70%, but the bottom line is the heart that the champion has. I mean, he's in control of the match. Look at this. He's going to put the Scorpion on him.
Submission hold applied, but immediately the blueprint is able to power out. Sting didn't really even have that thing set. Morgan to the corner. Sting sidesteps him. Second rope. That time he hit it better. Scorpion death drop. One, two, and got it.
Here's your winner, Sting!
Now that's how you do a Scorpion death drop on a 7-footer, Mike. Just go up a little higher.
Give the Icon credit. We talked about how he had to change his strategy. We saw moves like a missile drop kick off the top. When the Scorpion death drop didn't work from the mat, he goes up to the middle rope and connects. Sting gets the win.
AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, by the way that things are panning out tonight, it appears the two of you may have the advantage by working together. While clearly Mick Foley and Jeff Jarrett are not on the same page, and Kurt Angle is flying alone.
You know what, Lauren? You're right. You're absolutely right. This match is about strategy. It's about having a plan and sticking to it. I've been talking about this match for weeks. Joe and I have been talking about this match and what it takes to win. Now, I don't care if it's Joe or myself. We're gonna put this company back in the hands of the guys who got us here in the first place, the originals. Mick, Kurt, and even you, Jeff. We're taking back what is rightfully ours.
Angle, tonight, the wait is over. Today is your day of reckoning. You see, I said I was bringing Nation of Violence to TNA, and that's exactly what I did. And one by one, your Mafia members fell. First Kevin, then Steiner, and Booker, and Kurt. Tonight this ends where it began, with you. Kurt, I am hunting, and tonight we will become the most powerful force in the history of professional wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Team 3D Invitational Tag Team Tournament Beer Money!
Only appropriate that Team 3D in the ring to raise the hands of James Storm and Robert Roode.
On behalf of me and my brother Devon, these are your trophies. Here is your check. But the most important thing you earn is a shot to face me and my brother again for the most prestigious set of tag team titles in the world.
Both James and myself want to thank the both of you for giving us the opportunity to prove to you and the entire world that Beer Money is the greatest tag team on the planet today.
Mutual respect among the competitors. What are the British Invasion doing out here now? Check out Team 3D. They're here to watch the backs of Beer Money Incorporated.
This business is about the passing down of knowledge and respect. And we have beaten respect into Beer Money. And we're proud to say, in beating that respect into them, Beer Money is the tag team of the future.
Crowd here at the Impact Zone imploring 3D to get the tables, but here come the British Invasion of the ring. The knockout blow on Devon. The referee counts 3. I mean, I've got to ask the question, where the hell was Beer Money?
We thought there was a mutual respect between us and Beer Money. We didn't have to come down to the ring and make sure the British Invasion didn't get involved in Beer Money's match. Where the hell were Beer Money for us?
You don't owe anybody anything, especially Team 3D.
We ain't shining these belts up for you just yet. We're still the greatest tag team in the world, and at Slammiversary, we will prove it.
Beer Money, Inc. battles Team 3D for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Back here at the Palace of Auburn Hills in the Motor City for another title match. This for the TNA Tag Team Championship, and here are the taglines. Team 3D's travel and wrestling itinerary saw them compete in a New Japan Tag Title match last night in Osaka, and then a 20-hour journey, near 20 hours for tonight's match in Detroit. As winners of the Team 3D Invitational Tournament, Beer Money Incorporated earned the trophies, the six-figure check, and most importantly, tonight's title match. The mutual respect between Brother Ray, Brother Devon, James Storm, and Robert Roode, let's just say that was short-lived. They couldn't coexist this past Thursday on Impact as a four-man team, and now they go to battle for the TNA World Tag Team titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Slammiversary continues with the following contest for the TNA World Tag Team Championship, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challengers, Cowboy James Storm and Robert Roode, the team of Beer Money Incorporated.
You've got to respect Beer Money, Mike, today. I mean, think about what they did. After they lost their titles at Lockout, they could have demanded a rematch right on the spot and added the next pay-per-view. Not Beer Money. You want to do a tournament? You want us to show everybody we're the best? That's what James Storm did. That's what Robert Roode did. They did it anyway. They did it the hard way. And they found themselves right back here tonight with a chance to reclaim tag team gold.
Well, there's no denying the greatness of Beer Money Incorporated. Storm and Roode, well, they proved it on many occasions. They've held the gold in the past. They win the Team 3D tournament. Tonight is their chance to get it back.
Their opponents from New York City, they are the TNA and New Japan World Tag Team Champions, Brother Ray, Brother Devon, Team 3D.
Osaka, Japan, to Tokyo, to Detroit, Michigan, and to me, that's doing it old school. I think back to my days as a kid growing up in Los Angeles. I remember Freddie Blassie. I remember the Destroyer wrestling in Tokyo, Japan against the lights of the Giant Baba, and then coming back to the Olympic Auditorium for a match. Brother Ray, Brother Devon, I'm gonna tip my hat to you. You're doing it old school because you believe in wrestling and you believe in tag team wrestling.
How old are you, Mike, today? I will say this. They came down here looking about as well-rested as you can get, and why not? They just had 17 hours to sleep on an airplane. I mean, my gosh, they've been able to get their game plan together. I get so tired of this. Oh, they flew from Osaka to, let me tell you.
It was Osaka to Tokyo. They had a 4.5-hour layover.
I've done that flight at least 25, 26 times, and I never felt better than when I landed here in America. Yeah, trust me, I was ready to get right in that ring.
You and Storm,
great story though.
You and Storm were at the hotel bar last night doing 12-ounce curls.
It was my birthday.
While these guys were wrestling in Osaka, Japan, retaining, by the way, the New Japan Tag Team titles.
Hey, by the way, it was my birthday, and where were you? What kind of friend you are? Don't even show up.
Friend?
Oh yeah, doing the family thing.
Here we go, TNA World Tag Team titles to the victors. Don supporting Beer Money Incorporated. You got to give the devil their due. Coming out victorious in Team 3D's Invitational Tag Team Tournament. They get all the prizes. They get those big cups, those trophies. They get that $100,000 paycheck. Yeah, I know, 50 grand after taxes. Cut you off before you can say it. But this is the most important payoff when it comes to Beer Money Incorporated, their chance to get back what they feel is theirs rightfully, the tag team titles here in TNA, the prestigious tag team titles.
I'll tell you what, I think it's the greatest tag team division in professional wrestling in so many years. I mean, it takes you back to the Midnight Express in those days when tag team wrestling was so prominent. That's what we've got here in TNA. But I'll tell you what I love about Beer Money Incorporated. They don't care that 3D was on a plane. Well, that's not their problem. Their problem is winning this match, and you got to agree with that. I mean, yeah, that's heroic, and wow, you know, you defend and they won. Congratulations to 3D. Obviously, we were all rooting for them. They won. They got back here, but Beer Money, look, it's about here and now. You're in the ring. Don't be giving us jet lag as an excuse.
Midnight Express, huh? What, you read one book and all of a sudden you're a historical expert?
Hey, buddy, what's with the mean thing? What's that all about? You just hurt my feelings.
Big shot to the back by Brother Devon. Stops the Tennessee Cowboy. Scoop and powers him down with the slam. Here comes Devon off the ropes. Gonna go airborne with that diving headbutt. Rolling back on. Here's the cover and the pin, and referee Earl Hebner counts two.
I mean, you're talking about when you saw Lou Thez and all those people when you were a kid.
I did see Lou Thez when I was a kid, actually.
So did I.
Tag in, and now Beer Money with the double team as Rude joins in with Storm. Leapfrog over, enables Rude to hit that inverted atomic drop, followed by that side leg sweep. And boy, they are poetry in motion. I got to give you that, even with the double team. And off the knee drop, here's Rude for the near fall with the pin attempt.
I mean, as great as Team 3D is, and when you have 22 championships, you can boast about being great, and they are. But Beer Money Incorporated is the future. I mean, you look at these guys and you realize that you're looking at a young Team 3D. I mean, really, just the fact that these guys work so well together, they just get better every time out. I mean, they're just Hall of Fame caliber. They're really impressive. And now, you can't substitute the experience that 3D has. And then they know how to retain championships, they know how to win championships. Beer Money cannot afford to make a mistake if they want to bring it back to them.
I mean, at the same time, you look at Storm and Root, and you talk about 3D's experience, and no question, they've been in professional wrestling a lot longer. But think about Root and Storm through the years, the different tag team factions that they've been a part of. Right here in TNA with Root, Team Canada, Storm and AMW, and they really were almost made for each other as tag team partners, as Brother Ray successful with the big boots. Root goes for the clothesline, and it had no effect at all.
I mean, James Storm is kind of rewriting the books about tag team wrestling as it goes now, and you mentioned it. Combine the two of them, and there's you know, I don't know how many tag team titles. I have to look it up. There's that many.
And a lot of years of tag team experience as well. Blocking up again, collar and elbow. Brother Ray uses his size, power, weight advantage to rush Rude into the corner. Sets him up, shot right into the ribs, and then another open hand slap directed to the chest.
It doesn't look like fatigue there from Brother Ray as he's bringing all he's got. You can see the handprints on Robert Roode, and look at that look in Ray's face. I mean, it's just determined, it's focused. Oh, nice block, though.
Perfect move by Rude out of the corner, blocking the shot from Brother Ray, answering with a series of his own. Off the go behind, a release suplex, and a bad landing for Robert Roode right on the back of his head.
Oh, I'll tell you, this could be serious. As you see Robert Roode on the ground, I mean, it was, if he gets up, it'll be a miracle. That just shows you the kind of athlete he is, tucking his head at the last moment. That's what saved him, because Brother Ray threw him unbelievably high in the air.
Brother Ray grabs him up by the head, by the hair, an elbow drop to the top, and Roode fights back. First a big right hand, then a series of chops to the chest, and that's got Brother Ray on the defensive and reeling before he turns it around with a counter, tossing him up into the ropes. Sunset flip attempt, and again the power of Brother Ray not going to go over. Piston-like rights to the side of the head, and going to turn things over to Brother Devon for a 3D double team.
I'll tell you what, both these teams so determined, but right now you can tell the Team 3D smells it. They smell victory. They know Robert Roode's hurt. I mean, I saw Robert Roode grab the back of his head at one moment. I know it's just look at him. You can see him doing it again. He's trying to get control of himself. He's got to get James Storm in here. You just got to find a way to get Storm in. That's what your partner's for, and there it is.
Yeah, like he was seeing stars right there, trying to clear the cobwebs, going to stay in. Storm's legal, but Rude's going to help out with a double team. Brother Ray in to stop that. Flips his own partner over, and then Devon double clotheslines both members of Beer Money Inc. down.
I'll tell you, that's experience for you. Brother Ray came in at the right time. His Beer Money knew that they had the double team going, and Brother Ray just took that right out of their hands.
Storm going to fight the battle for Beer Money. Comes right at Devon, who was able to get the boot up. Now from outside, Rude going to get involved as he backs up, and Devon goes right into that steel ring post. And then Storm follows up with the punches from the mount.
Both these teams know how to take advantage of a situation. All they need is just one little crack in the window, and they can find a way to get that window opened up and get out of it. I mean, they really are. They're always looking for just that little thing to give them that edge. And now James Storm, maybe the freshest of everybody in the ring at this point, he knows, oh, how about this? Beer Money just going to keep going after it, just one tag after another.
Cowboy with the running clothesline takes down Devon. Didn't tag in his partner Rude behind the back of the referee Hebner instead, but Rude in legal and continues now with the wear down, with the beat down on Brother Devon. And when you think, and I know you're going to tell me that it isn't a big deal, but when you think about what Team 3D has gone through in terms of that match last night, in terms of that travel, one would think that the longer this match goes, it's got to be advantage Beer Money Incorporated.
Well, I'll tell you what, I believe I read somewhere that Team 3D was at a house show last night, so the night before last. So
I think you mean Beer Money, but...
Well, Beer Money, what did I say?
No, you said 3D.
Well, you're telling me what it is I'm going to say.
Never let facts get in the way of a good story.
Anyway, the bottom
you haven't
line
for
is
7 years.
Everybody's out working all the time, and they're all doing that. So I understand what you're saying, but again, you can't have an excuse out there so that if something happens and Beer Money wins, Team 3D cannot sit there and go, well, yeah, we probably shouldn't have done the match because we were on a plane from Osaka to Tokyo to Boston to LA to wherever they flew in.
Now you're going to equate a TNA live event in Grand Rapids, Michigan to wrestling in Osaka, Japan, then good for you.
Well, you know what? Beer Money Incorporated takes it that way. They take it serious when they go to those places.
Brother Ray, series of shots, connecting with the clotheslines. I'm not saying it's not serious. I'm just saying that 3D had to travel a lot further, and Brother Ray's doing damn well here against Ruben.
They don't need
he got caught that time with the kick when he went for the back body drop.
Oh!
Can you say Bumba Bomb?
Oh, that's wicked. It's it.
Pin and no, broken up by Storm. Hit that full Nelson bomb.
I'm going to tell you, Mike, this is about as crisp as I've ever seen Brother Ray. You got to admit, he's just been on point. That's why I'm saying, hey, you just can't use that excuse. These guys are in control of the match. Give them their due.
Off off the double team. 3D waits for Rude to get to his feet, but Storm in from behind, drills Brother Ray with the kick, and Devon had no idea that that took place.
I'll tell you though, it still did damage as Robert Roode still landed on his face. And now Rude's in there with Team 3D. As here you go, the 2-on-1. Scoop slam. The what's up is coming. I mean, give these guys credit. Team 3D.
Devon heads to the top. Brother Ray holding on to Rude. Let's see if he can split the uprights with the what's up at the top.
Put it right through the uprights. Robert Roode in severe pain, and this is what Team 3D does.
Beer Money Incorporated down, not out to this point. But Storm halfway up the entrance ramp here. Rude laid out. Crowd here in Detroit telling Team 3D.
What'd they say?
Get the wood, get the tables.
Man,
tables
Team 3D on fire.
Now from 3D.
You can just hear it from this crowd. Been great all night. As Devon getting the table, and look at that, he's setting it up right there by the guardrail, but it took him too long. As James Storm kind of playing possum down here.
That's exactly what it was.
You got to give him credit, and now he's taking it. He's saying, you want the tables? Well, I'll give them to you. Now look at this. Ray's got the hair of Storm, and here comes Rude.
Yeah, the time that it took to get the tables into play gets Beer Money Incorporated back into the game, and the high angle spine buster by Rude. And here's the cover. Hebner counts 2 only before Brother Ray powers out.
Beer Money Incorporated seems to be getting the momentum back on their side right here, as they just needed that little something, and what that was Devon and Bubba taking too long to get to the table.
Double team suplex. Storm and Rude connect on Brother Ray. Beer Money salute. This has been a tremendous crowd here in Detroit, Michigan tonight. Palace of Auburn Hills for this Slammiversary.
Great night.
7-year anniversary.
All right. British invasion coming out.
What do you mean, all right?
Oh, come on, these guys, you got to respect them.
What is there to respect about the British invasion? Brutus Magnus, Doug Williams, with that big muscle man Rob Terry behind them. And the problem,
they come in peace.
They have been so disrespectful.
Look at this, they're coming and joining us. Oh, this is awesome.
What, did you invite them?
Absolutely. Look at that. They're just out here to enjoy the match.
Oh, come on.
Oh, bloody hell. It's great to see you, boys.
Gents, how are we?
Yes, good evening.
Gents.
I'd like to say it's a pleasure to see you both. I'd like to say that, but I can't. Only my good friend Don gets that pleasure.
Thank you, my good friend Don.
Loosely. That's an epic shirt you're wearing, Don West.
I can see you followed the British.
Absolutely. We know how to dress for the Queen, my friend.
Like today, do you feel like commentating on this match?
Yeah, Brutus Magnus, Doug Williams have joined us here, impromptu, invited by Don West. And now, Brother Devon, and you have been very familiar with Team 3D, gentlemen. You're watching Brother Devon from outside extend the hand in, gonna try and get Brother Ray to tag him in. You have shown nothing but disrespect to Team 3D after they allowed you in that invitational tag team tournament.
Hold on 1 second there, Mike Tenay. I think you need to check yourself there. I mean, well, first and foremost, let's talk about your intellectual equal in Don West. I mean, how dare you question this man's integrity with his knowledge of the wrestling business? I mean, I've seen that book. He's big. It's thick.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, he's thick, all right.
And don't, wait a minute, 1, 2, not enough. Don't ever blame somebody for not waiting for someone to hand them the opportunity. That's what you got to love about the British invasion. They just bloody go after it because nobody's going to give it to them, so they go out and take it.
That's absolutely right. Thank you very much, DW.
Thank you.
That's the only way. That's the British way, as far as I'm concerned. And
Here we go. Turn him inside out. Clothesline, Devon. Cover on Rude. Oh, no. Broken up by Storm just before the
You've got to give Beer Money credit for that, you know. I'd like to take nothing away from Team 3D, though, although they've got nothing to start with. So what can you take?
Yeah. Wow. Now, the Brits aren't afraid to take things. We saw that when they stole the Feast or Fight occasions from LAX. Big choke slam. Devon, cover. 2. Again it. Storm into the save.
2 saves from Beer Money. They're in trouble here.
I tell you, that's what makes this tag team division so great. Two great teams in the ring right now. We're joined by the up-and-coming future of the tag team division in the British Invasion. I mean, this is awesome.
Right.
And this is blatant cheating
right
by
in front of the
Team 3D.
referee. Right in front of the official.
Complain about us, but look at that. Come on.
On top of Rude, no, two only, and Storm's headed to the top.
Rude is resilient, I will give him that.
It's going to be a wicked googly. He's got it.
Cross body block, cut two.
Classic English move there, cross body block.
We call it a diver cross, actually.
That's true, that's very true. Into
Absolutely.
A cross
Don
press.
knew that, Mike TNA did not.
I agree 100%, guys.
Here comes another double team. Beer Money sending
another double
Devon.
team. Referee's lost control of this one.
It has broken down into this four-way matchup. Clothesline, Devon takes down Rude.
You wouldn't see us in there
He's
double
to
teaming.
consult his British
course
wrestling
not.
rule book.
Don't you watch our matches, Mike? You never see us in there.
Never use the briefcase. Never
wait
use
a
outside interference.
second here.
Never use the big
Wait a
muscle man,
second
Rob
here.
Terry. Here we go. Devon headed up top. Oh, no! Brother Race hit into his own partner, and then he gets stabbed right in the back.
Bollocks.
Look at this, Beer Money Incorporated. They're sensing it. They're starting to get the momentum. It looks like there could be a title change. Looks like you're going to have to get prepared. Look at that Hurricane Rana.
Storm snaps off the top rope.
Don't
Hurricane
watch,
Rana.
Doug, don't
Rude
watch.
follow move.
My
Big
eyes are
frog
covered.
splash. Here's one.
This is it.
Two. No. Slow count by Earl Hebner.
That's very rude of you. Sticking your fingers up at me. Who do you think you are?
I will say this, that move didn't put the British Invasion away, so I'd be surprised if it put 3D away. I will give him credit on that one.
I was getting ready to say just that. Good call, Bruce.
I know.
Oh, what a kiss ass you are, Wes.
Excuse me, do you mind not using that kind of crass language in my presence?
Gonna position Brother Devon up on the top rope. Beer Money headed up to the top as well. And Storm and Rude, they don't have any idea that Brother Ray's coming up from behind.
Wow, I don't know if that was a slap off the back of James Storm or was it Mike TNA's foundation cracking on his face. I don't know. But what I do know is that...
Top rope clothesline by Devon.
It'll all be over here.
10, 2,
no!
Unbelievable.
Not enough. Probably that fatigue factor wasn't allowing Devon to get just enough there, right, Mike?
World Tag Team Championships are the most valuable tag team championships in all of professional wrestling. And that is why these guys are putting everything on the line.
Well, the beer comes into play. Spit from outside by Storm in the face of Devon, but he missed it now. There it is. There it is. 3D by 3D. Pin. Here we go. Oh, come on. Rob Terry has got the referee distracted. Count one, count two, count three.
That's just out of order. You ask me, why the hell is he doing that sort of thing?
Brutus Magnus.
What's going on here?
Checking on the... Wait a minute, Brother Ray.
No! Oh, my God! He took a bump.
If you want a job done properly, you got to do it yourself.
Go do it, Doug!
Doug Williams going to get involved as well after Brother Ray hit that incredible top rope cross body block. Oh, there goes Williams through the table. Devon just tossed him right down.
But look at this! Super kick, last call! And now Rude, and here they go! Drinking while investing! They hit it!
DWI! Beer Money Incorporated! And they win the tag team title!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and new TNA World Tag Team Champions, Beer Money Incorporated!
James Storm and Robert Roode, totally opportunistic in gaining the win. We saw the British Invasion's involvement, and in the end, the DWI is the difference as Storm and Roode Beer Money Incorporated once again become TNA World Tag Team Champions.
I'll tell you what, though, give 3D credit. They gave it everything they got. They just kind of took their eye off the prize there at the end. They let the British Invasion distract them, and you got to know better than that. You can't let that happen. Ray put himself out, and look at that. There was Brother Ray taking the two of them out, and then Devon put Doug Williams through the table. But here it was, the DWI drinking while investing, and that brought the titles back to Beer Money.
Hands raised in victory tonight at Slammiversary. James Storm, Robert Roode, Beer Money Incorporated become TNA Tag Team Champs. We go to JB.
I am here in a rather empty main event Mafia locker room. Kurt Angle, you must admit that Samoa Joe has fulfilled everything he said he is going to do. He's taken out Booker T, Kevin Nash, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. And now that leaves you, Kurt, all alone. Certainly now, with everything that has happened, you have to wonder, is tonight the night Samoa Joe fulfills his destiny?
Does he fulfill his destiny? Joe, tonight, you see, I survived the wrath of Joe, and I'm still here tonight, and I'm here to talk about it. See, this isn't about Kevin. This isn't about Booker. This isn't about Scotty. This is about me and Joe. I'm sorry, Mick, Jeff, and AJ, but tonight is about me and Samoa Joe and his damn nation of violence. You see, tonight, Kurt Angle becomes the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And I will celebrate. I will celebrate dearly. We will resume our position. The main event Mafia will resume our position on the throne here in TNA. And Joe, you're right. Tonight is about you and me. And at the end of the night, we will be celebrating. Oh, it's real. It's damn real.
The King of the Mountain match. A battle unlike any other. 5 men will test their limits like never before to capture professional wrestling's most coveted prize. The rules to this battle make it one of the most feared in professional wrestling today. Some of the greatest warriors in history have entered this twisted playground, and only the most elite have left with the gold. Some of the greatest moments in the 6-sided ring have taken place during this match. From the King of the Mountain himself, Jeff Jarrett, achieving the impossible and claiming 2 victories.
It's over! Jarrett's the champ again!
To the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle, winning the first ever TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
This is what he came to TNA for! And he did! He's now the first pure TNA champion!
And Samoa Joe, becoming the first man to ever successfully defend the title.
When it comes to Slammiversary 2008, we'll all remember, Samoa Joe made history.
The rules to this match are unlike any other. These men will battle it out in a Falls Count Anywhere war zone. Once a combatant has scored a pinfall or submission, he then becomes eligible to climb to his destiny, where he must hang the title high above the ring to claim victory, while the man who has been pinned or submitted must spend 2 of the longest minutes imaginable trapped in a penalty box. But the climb to the top is not an easy one. Each rung in the ladder represents another opportunity for an opponent to attack, another obstacle that must be overcome. These men will test their will like never before. Some will test fate from great heights.
Right through the table! Right through the table!
Others will come within inches of greatness, but only one will be crowned the King of the Mountain. AJ Styles, Jeff Jarrett, Mick Foley, Samoa Joe, and Kurt Angle square off in the King of the Mountain match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
This is the moment that we have been anticipating. Main event time here at Slammiversary, King of the Mountain Match 2 for the World Heavyweight Championship of TNA. We look at champion and challengers. There you see the pure raw statistics, and check out the experience edge for Jeff Jarrett and Mick Foley against Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Foley and Joe with the size, with the power advantage. And here's the bullet points for our main event. Since capturing the TNA World Heavyweight Championship back in April at Lockdown, Mick Foley so outspoken about defending it every month and against multiple opponents like the 4 that he has tonight. TNA founder Jeff Jarrett takes the blame for bringing Foley to the company. And at the same time, Jarrett looks to regain that world title and the power that goes with it in his namesake match. By this point, I'm sure you know the drill. Beat your opponent, put him in the penalty box for 2 minutes. You immediately become eligible to take that title belt from the belt keeper. You then hang it above the ring, you win the match. And the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Think about, Mike, over 75 years of experience are going to be in this ring tonight, and as you see the phenomenal AJ Styles heading this way, and think about what AJ said, and you had to feel a little something about it, especially somebody like you and me who's been here from the beginning. He said it was time to bring it home to one of the guys that started it all, and he considers Joe a part of that too, how he was so important in the Impact Zone. They want it to come back to one of them.
This is all about the TNA Originals and the unity of the phenomenal AJ Styles and Samoa Joe.
He is a TNA Original, one of only 2 current superstars who competed in TNA's first ever event 7 years ago. A high flyer, a risk taker. His in-ring prowess can only be described as phenomenal. He is TNA's only Grand Slam champion and looks for his 4th TNA World Championship. He is the incomparable AJ Styles.
Champion looks to add the TNA World Heavyweight title to his resume. You saw in the package, TNA's first, TNA's only Grand Slam champion. The phenomenal one has been there before. And when it comes to experience in King of the Mountain matches, he's been in more of them than anybody. 3 times AJ Styles has been in a King of the Mountain. This is a familiar match, that AJ Styles.
I mean, he really is. He's TNA's equivalent to Mr. October, basically Mr. Clutch. That's what AJ Styles is all about. He's one of those guys that delivers every single time.
For the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, it's been about systematically eliminating the main event mafia. Joe, his nation of violence, his mystery advisor, have taken out one by one, in order, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, Booker T, and Samoa Joe, along with AJ Styles, looks to take out Kurt Angle tonight and complete the Mafia hit list.
On June 8th, 2008, he became the only champion ever to retain his title in the King of the Mountain match. A one-man nation of violence on a mission to destroy. He also seeks to reclaim the power and begin a new title reign. He is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
Mike, as Joe walks out here, I think back of that interview that I had with him that aired last Thursday night, and the big thing that stuck out to me was it almost seemed like the title was secondary, and more important was taking out Kurt Angle for all the things that Kurt and the Main Event Mafia had done to him, and he described what they did to his arm and his hand and his fingers and everything, and he is coming into this match hurt. I mean, we know he's got a torn, like, tricep, 3 broken fingers, but it won't stop him. I'm going to be watching how he handles Kurt Angle in this ring.
Joe's been there before, 2 previous King of the Mountain matches, including winning last year at Slammiversary. And then there is the King of the Mountain. And yes, this is his namesake match. Jeff Jarrett has never lost in a King of the Mountain match. And the TNA founder has so much to prove tonight.
I'll tell you, he talks and he says that he doesn't want to be champion, but he feels that he needs to be. I don't buy any of that. I think this guy's ego's so big, he can think of nothing but being world champion.
a 12-time world champion. Double J won the first ever King of the Mountain match. He has never lost this unique match and looks to keep his unbeaten streak alive. He is the self-proclaimed King of the Mountain and seeks to recapture world gold for the first time in 3 years. He is Jeff Jarrett.
Victorious in the first ever King of the Mountain match some 5 years ago, back in 2004. Also victorious at Slammiversary 2006. Jeff Jarrett tonight, another opportunity to win King of the Mountain, to take back that TNA World Heavyweight title, and maybe more importantly, just to get the belt away from Mick Foley.
I mean, this guy takes so much pride in this match. He knows he's named after it for a reason. No way is he laying down for anybody.
Here comes Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist from the Main Event Mafia. And Kurt Angle, he's no stranger to the King of the Mountain either. Go back to Slammiversary in 2007 in Nashville, Tennessee, when Kurt Angle was victorious, and at that point, he won the vacant TNA World Heavyweight title. He looks to do so again tonight.
He is an Olympic gold medalist, a 12-time world champion, and arguably the greatest professional wrestler of all time. On June 17th, 2007, he won his first ever TNA World Heavyweight Championship in the King of the Mountain match. Will he be able to capture the world title for a 13th time tonight? In a league of his own, he is Kurt Angle.
You're hopeless, I'm trash and efficient. Listen, you want a class on tradition or one condition? Forget the best of the century. Talk about the best of all time, you better mention me. Essentially, I'm the best that's ever gonna be. I hold my ground, you never take it from under me. Don't run to me, it's gonna be trouble. I hit
the former leader, the former godfather of the Main Event Mafia, Kurt Angle, is about to make his way here into the Palace of Auburn Hills as another of the challengers. And oh, check that out. You know he's going to get into the skin of the fans here in Detroit as he wears the jersey of the Pittsburgh Penguins, who just knocked off the Red Wings. Yeah, the Sidney Crosby jersey. Oh, they're not going to like that here in Detroit at the least.
Now that's an entrance. That's an entrance. Great psychology by the Olympic gold medalist. The only thing, though, that Kurt has got to worry about, I don't want to say the only thing, Kurt's got to worry about two things. Not only everybody else is going for that championship, he's got to worry about the Nation of Ireland, Samoa Joe.
Yeah, he not only has a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey on, he's also got a huge target. A target that Samoa Joe wants to take care of. You know, when it comes to that Main Event Mafia hit list, Kurt Angle, you're the only one left. Oh, and there's the look. Joe's got you in his sights. And then there's the champion, Mick Foley. Not happy about having to defend the title again. Not happy about having the multiple opponents in this match. Mick Foley has never been in a King of the Mountain match, Don West.
Well, I'll tell you, it's so different than any other match that he's ever been in. But the thing about Mick Foley is this guy is just so out there. He's just so different. He's so unpredictable. How can you not give him just as good a chance as anybody else?
He is a man of many personas and unpredictable tendencies. But there is no doubt that this hardcore legend is one of the greatest world champions of all time. Tonight, he seeks to retain his title in his first ever King of the Mountain match. He is the reigning TNA heavyweight champion of the world, Mick Foley.
When it comes to Mick Foley, I'm not sure that the word unpredictable really does him justice.
Oh, I agree. I mean, this guy is somebody you cannot label. There is no way that you can try to paint him into paint a picture of him.
Championship belt, the belt that he prizes so much up on his shoulder. And here comes Foley to the ring, and he's going to make a little detour, going to go up the ladder right there and show the belt to this great crowd on hand at Slammiversary here in Auburn Hills, Michigan.
I'm trying to look at what his pants say. I'm looking at Mick Foley's pants, and
Tweet. I can't see the other side, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably tweak.
Oh, what great marketing.
That's JB's gift from earlier. Brilliant marketing. It's ridiculous.
Come on, tweak.
Tweaking. Send it to JB. JB's got the official introductions for our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your Slammiversary main event. A King of the Mountain match for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the world. When the bell rings, the man in charge in the ring, Mark Slick Johnson. The man in charge of holding the belt outside of the ring is Andrew Thomas. And now, live from the Palace of Auburn Hills, it's time for your main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing to my right. He weighed in this morning at 215 pounds and comes to us from Gainesville, Georgia. He is not only the current TNA Legends champion, not only the only TNA Grand Slam champion, but tonight he celebrates 7 years as a TNA original. This is the phenomenal AJ And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds and comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the nation of violence, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And now introducing, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 230 pounds, 7 years ago, he founded TNA Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my left, adorning the Pittsburgh Penguins jersey and weighing in at 240 pounds from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, representing the main event mafia, this is Kurt Angle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, standing on the ladder, weighing in at 280 pounds from Long Island, New York. He is the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the world, Mick Foley.
start this match inside the penalty box. And in addition, Kurt Angle is now eligible.
What? That's exactly what I thought it might be, Mike. Good call.
Oh, you didn't have any idea.
Kurt Angle is now, well, listen, how great is that for Kurt Angle? He didn't even have to get a pin, but because he was the victim of the assault, they're calling that as a pin or a submission by being disqualified. I mean, by Joe doing that to him, Kurt Angle is now eligible to hang the balance.
And Samoa Joe starts the match in the penalty box for the first 2 minutes, and now AJ and Jarrett with the double team on Angle, and Angle with the kick for Jarrett, missed with the clothesline on Styles. AJ leapfrog over, drop down, and there's the drop kick, and pretty good drop kick for AJ, and I know he wasn't 100%, he had that ankle injury that we saw on Impact, but it looks like AJ's in pretty good shape bouncing back. Here comes Jarrett. Angle missed clothesline. AJ turns it around and Jarrett rocks Angle with the kick.
AJ Styles isn't going to sit there and struggle with that ankle. He's going to just block that pain out. We know how hurt it was. He's got it taped up, but I'll tell you something. He knows how important this is. But if you ask Samoa Joe if it was worth it, I guarantee you Samoa Joe would tell you it was worth every bit of it. And how about Mick Foley standing on that ladder, just staying out of the action, making sure that he doesn't get in there and get hurt.
World Heavyweight Champion, as if he's surveying the scene here and watching things go down to see who's going to be eligible next, while Styles and Jarrett are working over Angle, and it's actually pretty sound strategy by Foley if you think about it.
One thing about it, he won't get a pin or submission standing on the apron. Eventually, he's going to have to get himself in there, but great strategy. Let everybody else wear themselves out. You can see Jeff Jarrett just barking at him like he does instead of worrying about his own problems, and here comes Foley. There you are. What?
Jarrett drops down on top of him. Pin, and is he getting the 3 count? I can't see on the far side of the ring as Joe comes out of the penalty box.
It looked like Mick Foley was trying to get pinned.
I thought so too. Foley's telling the referee that he counted 3.
Bad fall for AJ over there. I don't know if you saw that on the other, but Mick Foley, look at this. This guy's
Jeff Jarrett is now eligible. Mick Foley goes to the penalty box.
Mike, this is eligible. Yes. Jeff Jarrett got the pin, and look at this. Mick Foley going for a little Rustaroonie, I guess. I mean, the guy's nuts. I can't figure out his game plan. He wants to stay out of it, so he figures he can do it in the penalty box.
I guess it's a calculated bet on his part that he thinks the match isn't going to end while he's in the box. I think he's also convinced that Jeff Jarrett doesn't want to win this match. That's why we heard it. What a kick by Joe on Jarrett.
I guess he figures Jeff won't do it, but the bottom line is he gave Jeff Jarrett a free ticket. Jeff Jarrett's eligible. And we know Kurt Angle's eligible because of the disqualification that they gave on Joe earlier. Kind of a referee making the decision there because it's nothing we've ever seen before.
Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, the first 2 eligible to hang the championship belt and become world champion, and AJ slides through right into Angle, and Kurt goes directly right into the steel.
Wow, unbelievable by AJ Styles. Just an incredible drop kick as he just sent him right into that rail as Joe and Jeff now fighting it out in the ring as Mick Foley again making sure he's not getting out there. Just he's saying we're cool. You hear that? He said, Daddy, we're cool. He knows what he's doing.
Here goes Joe on top of Jarrett, and no, Jarrett able to get that shoulder roll. What is he saying to you?
He's saying this is my plan, man. It's kind of like a Charlie Manson strategy or something. I don't know what he's doing, but I'll tell you, he's just saying, hey, I'm cool, we're good. 2 minutes in here. Little Rustaroonie, what he's saying. I'm like a fox, I guess.
Now the old Rustaroonie for 2 minutes for the World Heavyweight Champion Mick Foley. Meanwhile, Angle and AJ battling, and Samoa Joe and Jarrett in the ring at the same time.
Samoa Joe, though, what a way to start this thing off. I mean, that anger, that hatred for Kurt Angle, he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait. He started it off, and all it did was cost him. And now we got Mick Foley back eligible here as we're trying to get this thing straight. Look at that clothesline as he sends Kurt Angle out again. Every chance he gets, he takes a shot at Angle. Now let's watch Mick Foley and see if he takes it serious at this point.
Here comes the champ right at Joe, and Joe's ready for him, and then a discus forearm shot, another one as he spins around and decks the champion, and Foley's down.
I mean, it's obvious everybody has their own strategy. I mean, Everybody's thought about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it.
Rear naked choke. There's that choke, that Kakita clutch.
Tell you what, I guarantee you Joe's putting everything he's got into it.
Submission hold applied here. Is Foley going to tap?
Foley kind of reaching out.
That would make Samoa Joe eligible to hang the belt and put Foley in the box if he does.
He's choking him out. He's choking him out. It's right here in front of us. You've got Kurt, AJ, and Jeff Jarrett all going at it right here in front of the table.
And a quick reversal sends Jarrett over the guardrail and into the crowd. And then Angle caught AJ with a punch.
I think what happened is Mick Foley's out. He choked him out.
Samoa Joe is now eligible. Mick Foley to the penalty box.
Choked him out, and now Samoa Joe's eligible.
That rear naked choke does the trick for Joe. Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Samoa Joe, 3 out of the 5 are eligible to hang the belt and become World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, but first there's that. What a ladder shot that was by Joe to Angle. Oh, and one for Jarrett.
Jarrett just went flying over the rail, and look at Samoa Joe. This guy's on a mission. As him and AJ Styles, whatever plan they had seems to be doing well. Working as they're doing everything they can. This time, I'll tell you what. The first time Mick Foley wanted to go there. This time Mick Foley doesn't even know who he is.
Wow, he goes into the penalty box, and he's down, sprawled out.
We got to show that.
Dazed.
Look at Mick Foley. Look at him. He is just absolutely choked out, trying to get his breath. You wonder if there's some brain damage. Of course, that might have happened before this matchup, but
how could you tell? There goes Jarrett into the corner, courtesy of Samoa Joe, and he's going to bring Angle out to the middle of the ring, and the suplexes him back first onto the ladder.
Oh my God, Samoa Joe's just on a mission. He brought the whole nation of violence tonight. As you can see, though, Jeff Jarrett sees an opportunity, takes a shot on Joe. AJ Styles, I can see him on the outside of the ring just waiting his opportunity. But now, who we got eligible, Mike? We got Joe, Kurt, and Jeff, right?
To this point, 3 of the 5. Those are the 3. The reversal sends Jarrett back first into the ladder with impact.
As I'm looking right here at Mick Foley, the world champion, and I mean, this guy's lights out right now. He's trying to get himself, I think, look at him. He just, I tell you what, be careful what you wish for. He wanted to rest this thing out to the right moment. Well, Joe gave him a rough ride there.
Foley in the penalty box for another 20 seconds. Title belt is handed in to Joe. Yes, he's eligible. Ladder going to be put in place, and let's see if Joe can hang the belt and become world champion. As Jarrett tries to pick up the belt, Joe cuts him off. Here goes Samoa Joe up the ladder, and Mick Foley is out of the penalty box.
Look at Mick Foley, though, barely on his feet. As Samoa Joe might have an easy ride. Jeff Jarrett's still hurt from the shots he took. Mick Foley just wobbly. As you can see, Joe looking up to see if he's got the ladder placed now.
Oh! Did you see what Foley just did?
I tell you what, Joe landed on the bottom of that ladder. I don't know if that's possible to see that. You got to see how Joe lands. What a shot.
And the ladder has just been smashed.
It's mangled.
Mangled as Mick Foley came running right at the ladder with Samoa Joe way up on top.
I mean, this was brutal. Here it is. Look at this. Now watch Joe land. See how he lands on the legs of the ladder? What a wicked shot there. That's how you take out the nation of violence.
Back first onto that ladder as he crashed down to the canvas.
Mick Foley, though, finally finds himself in a place of power. The only thing is he doesn't have a pin yet. He hasn't made anybody submit, so he's not eligible. Neither is AJ Styles. For some reason, you just felt like AJ would be eligible by now. Maybe it is that ankle.
Styles and Foley square off, and AJ gets tossed out of the apron by the champion. Foley picks up Joe and now sends him across the back first into the ladder.
Samoa Joe getting some of his own medicine as Mick Foley taking it out on the guy that choked him out earlier. Look at him running right at him, and Joe, holy cow, just hip tosses him right into the ladder. Joe's impressive tonight.
Joe thinking on the fly right there as Foley came at him. You're right, Don, hip toss, and Foley crashes into the ladder as Jarrett going to pull it out. Yes, he's eligible to hang the belt.
I don't think that ladder's going to hold anybody at this point. You can see Jeff going to try it, but he's trying to see if it's sturdy, but it's not. After Joe landed on it, it absolutely just twisted it. But look at it. What's he going to do? The King of the Mountain decided he's going to...
Oh, take it and throw it right at Angle out on the floor.
Good use of a weapon. I'll give him credit. I was wondering where Kurt Angle was. We couldn't see him on that side. Well, Jeff Jarrett showed us, and now he's going out and bringing this one in. Keep in mind, only Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and Samoa Joe are able to hang the belt at this point.
And Jarrett slides the ladder under the bottom rope, sets it up in the middle of the ring. He's got possession of the belt, and here goes the TNA founder. Here goes the King of the Mountain on the verge of winning his namesake match.
Everybody get to their feet. Low blow, but you know what? It's just survival, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. Angle with the low blow, turns the tide, goes for the clothesline on Foley there.
Just stomping him out. Kurt Angle, again, the first man that was legal. They gave that to him on the disqualification on Joe. So even though he hadn't had a pin or submission, folks, think about it. Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and Samoa Joe are legal.
Wow, first time I can ever remember anything like that happening in a King of the Mountain match. It's a decision that a referee has to make on the fly. Styles takes Angle and sends him right into the ladder, but Kurt puts on the brakes and stops, and then Angle, wow, look at that, went for the suplex. AJ lands on his feet.
Only AJ Styles can do that. Now he uses the ladder for all, but Kurt able to send it back into the ladder. Those maybe the two greatest in the world today, and you saw Kurt Angle just put it right back. Uh-oh, here it is, look out.
Jarrett's got the guitar, and as Angle turns around, oh, he catches Jeff with the boot.
Jeff looking for that kill shot. Kurt Angle too smart for it. Just let him set himself up. You can see Jeff fighting back as, again, both these guys legal.
Jarrett and Angle exchange, went for the double arm DDT, rolled through instead, and Angle goes right into the ankle lock. There's the submission hold.
Bad spot to be in for the King of the Mountain.
If he taps out, he's got to go. Oh, he's got the guitar. Uses the free leg to kick Angle away, and then cracks him right over the head.
Wow. Kurt wearing that one like a hat. Jeff Jarrett's got an distinct advantage, as you can see. Look at that. Kurt Angle's head just wrapped in that guitar. And now Jeff Jarrett trying to set the ladder up, get it placed right. Think about it, this will be his third time at being the King of the Mountain.
Who's going to stop Jarrett right now? Angle's out after that guitar shot. Foley slowly making his way up. AJ as well, and here goes Jarrett up the ladder, and Foley's almost there with him. Foley going to try and catch up on the opposite side.
Sometimes it's all about timing. You just want to let somebody get up there so you can do more damage. Look at this. Mick saying, here, give me the bell. Like, he still thinks Jeff's going to work with him? Well, I guess that's out the window.
They exchange up at the top of the ladder, and AJ goes flying with a kick.
Wow, how about
kick
that?
The ladder.
I'll tell you what, AJ Styles springboarding off that, and I mean kicks both of the guys. Unbelievable how he's able to target that. But it looks like AJ hurt himself in the process, holding the back of his... holding the lower part of his back.
Jarrett and Foley with that bad landing off the ladder as well. And now Styles going to square off with Foley. Samoa Joe, Jeff Jarrett. Angle, of course, knocked out with that guitar shot by Jarrett.
AJ Styles going after. Look at Foley, though. Nice headbutt as he sends AJ down. Keep in mind, Foley, AJ, neither one of them are legal at this point. Samoa Joe, what in the world?
With the world heavyweight champion doing. Foley up on top of the King of the Mountain cage.
They can prevent somebody from winning it, but they can't win. Oh, AJ, I can see him just scrunching in pain as he makes his way up there. Oh, man, this is crazy.
High above us here at the broadcast table, Foley and Styles fighting up on top of the penalty cage.
Oh, no, look at this. He's going to try to suplex AJ. AJ fighting it off.
He takes him up into the air a second time, and Styles fights him up. Look at AJ's foot. It's almost coming out. Look out. Whoa.
Unbelievable that he's even still holding on. He's headbutting Mick Foley.
Into the back.
No. Don't you dare. No. Holy cow. Oh, no. Foley just sent him flying in the back. I thought we were going to be toast here for a minute. AJ Styles, I don't know how his back can take it. Look at it. What a shot by Foley.
Styles is down after that tremendous fall. Samoa Joe, Jeff Jarrett square off, and Joe's got the choke locked in on Jarrett, who drops down, and the perfect counter by Jarrett, his head hitting the jaw of Joe, and stroking right into the ladder.
Got to give Jarrett credit for that as he was able to counter it, but here comes Kurt.
Angle recovers, angle slam.
There's an angle slam, here we go, 1, 2, no, he's trying to put Jarrett back in the penalty box. Look at the elbow. Oh, man.
Foley, elbow from the top of the cage.
2, he's got him. Kurt's got to go in the penalty box.
And Foley is eligible.
Kurt Angle to the penalty box.
You know, this guy's crazy as a fox. We sit there and we try to figure him out.
The sock is about ready to come into play. The World Heavyweight Champion Mick Foley has it. Angle being rolled out, hit it to the penalty cage. Everybody but AJ eligible to hang the belt.
Good things come to those who wait, and Mick Foley just waited his time. AJ, look at this. AJ Styles just came over and grabbed his Legends belt.
AJ
right off the disc.
Yeah, takes the Legends belt off the broadcast table, while Foley's got the belt that you have to hang, the official belt, the World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, AJ just rams that belt into the back. It's all that AJ can do.
Desperation move by Styles, but it pays off, and then he kicks Mick Foley off the ladder.
AJ Styles, I mean, the guy, he took 2 wicked shots on his back, and look at him. He's still standing, but he needs to get legal. He needs to get a pin. Now,
boy, if you can see Kurt Angle in the penalty box, he's just absolutely laid out in the penalty box as the countdown clock is counting down the 2 minutes of Angle in the box, and he's just laid out.
Well, he was flattened by 300 pounds of Foley off of the penalty
Pele kick by Styles on Foley.
You can see Foley flopping out, trying to stay on his feet.
Did you see Samoa Joe and AJ? We've talked about this unity, how they've worked together. Here comes AJ. Joe elevates him over the top onto Foley.
The two of them working so well together as AJ Styles still not legal. Keep that in mind, but one thing about it, they took out Foley, but now you better watch out, Joe. Jeff Jarrett's behind you with the ladder.
Pin on the floor.
AJ Styles eligible, Mick Foley to the penalty box.
I'm not sure we caught that.
Pins count anywhere.
AJ Styles now eligible as he just pinned Mick Foley out on the arena floor.
Mick Foley's got to go to the penalty box. How much time's left for Kurt Angle? He's barely to his feet. Will he be able to get in there in time as Jeff Jarrett now has his opportunity? Can he hang the belt?
Kurt Angle out of the penalty box. And here goes Jarrett. Jarrett takes the TNA World Heavyweight title. And he's going to head up the ladder and try and hang it.
He's snapping it together so that he can put it on there real quick. That's smart strategy. Look at AJ. Look at AJ, who's now legal. Think about it. AJ Styles now legal. As you see Jeff trying, hanging on. Here comes Kurt. You can see AJ and Jeff fighting. Kurt's got a leg. As Jeff kicks him off, Kurt grabs the leg again.
Oh, they fight for the belt, and the belt drops from the top. Jarrett comes off the top of the ladder on the Angle, who drives him down.
What a move, but look at this. The only problem is AJ's there in position, but
he doesn't have the title belt in his hand.
The belt fell as they were both grappling for it, as they're both trying to get position. Now you got Kurt Bode up in the ring. You got Jeff out, AJ Scott.
You got Foley in the penalty box.
Mick Foley's just hoping the time will give him a chance. Will his strategy pay off?
1 minute left in the penalty box, 1 minute.
And now Samoa Joe, what an opportunity now. Will he take the opportunity? Will he let AJ take it? Or will he go back at Kurt Angle? And now you can see the two of them kind of slugging it out. That shows you what the title means.
Exchange by Styles and Samoa Joe, and boy, this really is just a battle of attrition at this point, isn't it, as they continue to fight through, and Joe getting the better of it. Here comes Joe off the ropes, and AJ catches him with a great drop kick.
These two guys know each other so well.
In the penalty box, 30 seconds.
They know what the other one's going to do. AJ Styles set him up for the drop kick. Joe, you can see everybody's just put everything out there. They're just wore out. Somebody's got to climb that ladder.
Left.
Oh, they have laid it on the line here at King of the Mountain at Slammiversary in Detroit.
9, 8, 7,
World Heavyweight
6,
Champion just
5
5 seconds away
4,
from getting back in the
3,
match.
2, 1.
Here comes Mick Foley. You wonder what kind of condition he's in. Does he have enough? As AJ, this time AJ's got the belt in his hand. Foley, though, slides in. Oh, look at everybody. AJ looks like he's got blood coming out of his nose. He does. Oh, what a shot by Foley.
Foley stops him as AJ was headed up the ladder with the championship belt. Now Foley's got possession of the title. Joe making his way slowly up to his feet, and AJ gets decked, gets dropped by Foley, who used the title belt as a weapon. Joe just caught Foley.
What a kick by Joe as he kicked the belt right back into Foley's face. So you got Foley down, you got AJ down, Jeff Jarrett making his way over around the corner. Look at him go after Foley. He wanted an extra shot at him. Oh, now look at this.
The power struggle between Jarrett and Foley. We see them battling outside here on the floor, and Foley momentarily getting the better of it. He's got Jarrett choked, and Samoa Joe's got the title belt. Samoa Joe's going up the ladder.
Samoa Joe can do it. Samoa Joe going to become the champion for the second time.
He's got the opening. Here goes Joe up the ladder. And AJ's got him right around the boot, right around the ankle.
You can see what it means to AJ. I don't think he would care if Joe won it, but it really means so much to him as he's fighting Joe. Joe trying to hang on, and he can't.
And Styles able to pull Samoa Joe down from the ladder, and the title belt ends up around the neck of AJ, and he's going to use that opening to climb. Here goes Styles up the ladder.
He's trying to climb fast, but Joe's got a hold of him. Look at this, Joe pulling him back. And a kick to the gut of Jeff Jarrett. Both these guys just doing whatever they can. As Joe's got the high ground, and look at him. He's got AJ.
Joe with the forearm shots for Styles. Tries to shoot him off, but reversed, and oh, there goes Joe directly through the ropes, courtesy of Styles, right on to Jarrett and Foley.
How about that shot? As you can see how hurt he is.
I think Joe hurt his ankle outside.
Absolutely. Look at AJ.
Attempted the angle slam, instead rolled through. Styles clash. Styles clash.
He's hit it.
Now it's AJ's time. Go AJ, get the belt. Styles clash on angle, takes him out. AJ looks around, makes eye contact.
Keep in mind, Joe's hurt.
Joe's hurt. Joe hurt his ankle.
Well, look at this. Here comes Joe in. It's AJ. Look at this. Joe's got it.
Oh, he just powerbombed him off the ladder.
Look at, he's not limping. His leg wasn't hurt. Look at Samoa Joe. And he's got him again, and he sends him down. He's got the belt. Joe. And
Joe
look at
going
this.
up the ladder. Angle follows him up.
He's gonna, what? He just handed the belt to Kurt Angle. What the hell? Kurt Angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, king of the match, and new TNA heavyweight champion of the world, Kurt Angle.
Think about it,
be kidding me.
Think about it. At the beginning, Joe got himself disqualified. That made sure that Kurt was eligible from the beginning, so nothing could go wrong. They were in it the whole time.
Kurt Angle has become TNA World Heavyweight Champion tonight at Slammiversary. Thanks to one man, Samoa Joe, and there you see the main event Mafia out to celebrate. Isn't it ironic that as we celebrate our 7th anniversary, Samoa Joe stabs the originals in the back. He joins the main event Mafia.
Happy anniversary, everybody!
TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.